How are we doing on this fine, lovely Saturday? Are y'all ready for our community symposium? Oh, I am so excited. I am so excited. Happy birthday, by the way. Happy birthday. Oh, I'm so excited for you. That's awesome. Well, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for stopping by. We are playing everyone's little videos. Oh, it's your mom's birthday today. Wow, that's exciting. We've got a couple birthdays going on. My, oh my. I had to make sure things were working on the PowerPoint front, and boy, oh boy, am I excited for some of these presentations. The 2-second snippets that I got. We're making sure the audio worked. Fantastic. But how are all of you? How is it going? How are we doing? Are we excited? Are we... Well, what's going on? Tell me. Tell me, guys. Because I am so excited. Welcome in. My. Oh, you just got a promotion at work. Oh, fantastic. Congratulations about that. That's amazing. Good job. Good job. The training will kind of be annoying, but hey. Promotion means more money, right? More responsibilities, but more money, so... Goodness. Still on map 4, but eager to get to 7. Yeah, oh gosh. Map... Remind me again what map 4 is. Map 4 is Octamanel, right? Right? No. Savannah Claw. Honestly, I can't remember. They're all a blur now. But yeah, so it's time to take a break from the arcane battles and just kind of chill. We have some very lovely things up tonight. In case anyone was not aware, we are doing our community symposium. We have quite a few lovely things prepared by members of the community. As you see, my dear friends, it would help if I was in PowerPoint. There we go. My dearest viewers, we are here gathered today to celebrate the game that has brought us all together, and most importantly, to celebrate all of you. Yes, indeed, this is focused on you. I am giving you back the mic. Well, I guess maybe not back the mic. I'm giving you the mic tonight. For realsies this time. As we dive into all of the lovely things that have been prepared by various members of the community, all about TWST. They're all involving TWST in some way, but the specifics of which I am not entirely sure. A marriage ceremony? Sorry. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to celebrate the love between us and TWST. Yes, indeed. Our marriage to the game and concept of Twisted Wonderland. We got some people. We have some lovely individuals who have made very special Twisted presentations for our entertainment tonight. And, of course, as is tradition, the order of which was determined by our bestie, the Wheel. We got a random order coming in here. There will be credits before each of the presentations for the people that have made them. But I don't know when yours will show up. The Wheel determined that, and I can't remember. So well, that is about what it is. That is how it goes. Yes, so we have a random order. We have 6 lovely presentations. Thank you so much to everybody who submitted and prepared a thing for tonight. I am so excited to get into them. I will probably randomly be pausing them as I am reacting. Apologies in advance if that gets annoying. But I don't want to talk over you if I have something to say or if something pops into my brain. I'd rather not have to go back. Also, PowerPoint apparently is very finicky about pausing and playing presentations or like videos. So we'll see how it goes. But that is about it. That is what we are here for tonight. That is what we've all gathered for. That is the assignment. So I think without further ado, it is probably time for us to begin All right, lovely. That is not the window that I need. There we go. Hello. Perfect. Perfect. Time for us to begin, isn't it? Shall we? Shall we begin? All right, let me make sure I actually turn on the volume. Technical difficulties, as is the stream tradition at this point in time. Our very first presentation tonight, and apologies again if I mispronounce your username. I don't know. I have a feeling I'm gonna mispronounce some of them, but just bear with me, pretty please. Our very, very first presentation has been submitted by Cubane. Thank you for your submission. Alrighty, are you all ready to get into it? Here we go.
Cruel this.
Oh no, sorry, hold on.
Cruel that.
Apparently, if I go to adjust anything in OBS, it'll pause the video in PowerPoint. That's something new. Anyway, without further ado for realsies this time. Here we go.
Cruel this. Cruel that. Cruel no longer. Cruel has reigned as the #1 bachelor for too long.
Oh?
Yes, he is handsome. Yes, he is responsible. Yes, he's stylish. But he is not the #1 bachelor. No, rather, someone else is. Someone who has been neglected and casted aside at a miserable 4th place. Someone who deserves better, to be loved and cared for just as much as Cruel. That's someone.
Wait a minute. You put trade in here, but you said 4th place. Is this about trade or is this about Crowley? Oh, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to know. Corel is so disappointed. Oh, wait and see. Okay, hold on. I am loving this though. Perfectly in time for his arcane combat. Getting dethroned during his event series. Oh my.
Is Dire Crowley, our amazing and gracious head mage of Night Raven College. He is a diamond in the rough, and with just enough care, he can sparkle even brighter than any jewel. And I am here to prove just that. Crowley is the #1 bachelor, and I shall prove it. Now, to start with...
Not paid for or sponsored by Dire Crowley. This is such gold. Oh, I love this so much. I'm willing to hear you out. All right. Let me back it up a tiny bit. Okay. All right. Let's see how it goes.
And I shall prove it. Now, to start with, Crowley is... hold on. I didn't put these here. Stop. You can look away. Please look away. Please.
Oh, wait, hold on. What did that one say? I mean, all of this chew about food and baby bird.
Look away. Please look away.
Wait, no, there it was. Hold on. This is fantastic. I am seeing nothing but the truth in this presentation. I mean, you've already sold me. Where is the one that's big? Where did it go? Oh, no. I had it for like 2 seconds. No, where did it go?
I didn't put these
Where is
here.
it?
Stop.
Stop, PowerPoint. Don't take away my little bar.
Please look away. Please.
Ah, there it is. Potentially guilty of child labor, neglect, endangerment, bribery, OSHA housing violations, coercion, and breaking and entering. Yeah, you know what? I mean, I can't argue with this. A 10 out of 10 presentation. 100%. Fantastic. Wait, there's a long one about you. Okay, let's hold on. Let's go back. Has secrets he doesn't want the police to know. Oh, that's saucy. Is not great. Okay. Shoved you into a moldy, crusty, dilapidated, water-damaged building to live in. Wild. Oh, us all these Crowley allegations. I mean, willing to let students die? Question mark, question mark. My goodness. Bravo. 10 out of 10. All right, let's let's get through the experience one more time, shall we?
Crowley is wait, hold on. I didn't put these here. Stop. You can look away. Please look away. Please look away. Please. Oh, okay. You can look again. There we go. I have no idea what those other slides were about at all, because I would never put those there. And I just happened to see Crowley or something like that. And he like asks about it. Just pretend you didn't see anything, you know.
And
say that they weren't there.
Yeah, your secret's safe with us. Oh, trust me, your secret 100% safe. No one is gonna tell him. No, not a single soul here. Right, guys? Right, guys? Not a single one of you. Not a single one of you is gonna tell him, right? 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 I would sure hope not.
And if he like really presses and he somehow finds out, just tell him it was like Aces or Grimm's doing, okay? Just like tell him. Just tell him it was them, okay? Because I wouldn't want him to think it was me, because otherwise he would die. Where were we? Oh, yeah, that's right. Crowley, so handsome, so amazing, and just so gracious. You could say he's the definition of generosity. For example, during Port Fest, he donated half of the profits generated by the students' food stalls to Craneport and gave the rest of the profits to the students to divvy up between themselves. Isn't that just so generous and kind-hearted of him?
Yeah, you do make a good point. You do make a good point about Port Fest. You do make a good point. He did donate half of the profits back to the town of the child labor that he had forcibly done on the students. But he did indeed give that back to the town, so that is in his favor, and he gave some to the students. So like that's pretty generous of him. I can concede that point. Welcome in. We are talking about why Crowley is the most eligible bachelor in TWST. Corel has been dethroned. It is Crowley's time now. And we have our first point. He is just so gracious. It's fantastic.
Rest assured, this man is not greedy and not stingy. One can only imagine he'd even spoil you out of the kindness of his heart, because he's just so gracious and loves you so much. Now, I will admit, Crowley does have his downfalls. He is a busy man who seems to have a lot of time to talk with literal portraits. But that's neither here or there. Instead, you could be why he's busy. Not only is he buried under taking care of NRC, but he's just too busy spending time with his adoring partner. Needless to say, he could probably spend time with you for hours if that was permitted in both of your schedules. And one of those ways that he would spend time with you is, can you guess it? Vacations! What better way to enjoy...
Oh, vacations! Yes! You know what? You're selling me on Crowley. I don't know what happened. He's generous and we get to spend time on vacation? Man, yeah, the vacations point is great. This is fantastic. I love this so much.
Vacations! What better way to enjoy his two most favorite things in the world than to combine them? So, it is to be expected that there will be a lot of vacation dates with this man. You would 100% be traveling buddies. And if you don't like traveling, yes you do. Like, he'd take you to Hong Kong and then to Bali.
If you don't like traveling, yes you do. I love that. I love that so much. Oh, that's fantastic. Maybe not healthy, but fantastic nonetheless.
You do. Like, he'd take you to Hong Kong and then to Bali and then back to Hong Kong. Like, you know what I mean? Moving on. Another positive to Crowley is that he does not smell bad, okay? Or look bad.
I love the random ones. They are my favorite part of the slide. But I do agree with you. That he would not smell bad. I really don't think he'd be that stinky. to be honest. I think he cares way too much to be stinky. But continue. Sorry.
He certainly does not look bad, okay? This bird keeps himself well groomed, and I can imagine he likely keeps his house and personal space tidy, based on how much care he takes around the campus. For example, the portraits of the Seven in his office. He seems to take care to dust off the frames every day, just out of respect for the Seven. And additionally, he also takes care to nurture all the apple trees on campus. So I find it hard to imagine that he's the slobbish type. Now, point number, I have no clue because I'm not counting. Crowley is a rather skilled individual, okay? He's got the brains. The bronze? Maybe? I mean, he seems to do well when you put him into flight lessons. We'll say he's physically adept. And he also has the magic. One particular example of his magic skills is his tough love, and I can think of plenty things you could do with that. You could say he could do it all, and I mean, he can do it all if you know what I mean.
But are you going to expand on that? I don't know that I know what you mean. I'm not entirely sure I know what you mean. There's a winky face here that implies something that I'm not quite sure about.
Anyways, next point. He's fun to laugh at. I mean...
Oh, yeah. You know what? Even if I don't understand what you meant before, this point here, 110%, I'm sold. Yeah, he's got vacations, he has embezzlement, and he's fun to laugh at. What could be better? What could be better? You know what? You've sold me.
He's fun to laugh with. Haha. And if anyone asks you why you love him, you can just tell them that he makes you laugh. And finally, our last point. He's actually really handsome if he just shuts up.
No way! Yes, you know? He's just handsome and he shuts up. Yeah. Yeah. You have so many points that I never considered. But dang, if they ain't true. Oh, good lord. Oh, man.
Handsome if he just shuts up. Okay, and that's the end. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk, and have a... Oh, Curly, what are you doing here?
Uh-oh.
The beginning of the presentation. What are you talking?
Oh, is he here?
Well, I tried to skip over, but I didn't put it there. I swear, it must have been
No.
Graham or someone else.
Who snitched? Which one of you snitched? Who snitched to Crowley? Why is he here? Which one of you snitched? Which one of you? We promised we wouldn't. Oh, y'all in trouble. Oh.
Please, I swear. Hey, I didn't put those slides there. It was a mistake. I'll just like really quickly delete them and please, hold on. Back up. Oh my god, please. Crowley, I need this. I need the money. Please, Crowley, please. No.
私優しいので
Crowley! Are you okay? Blink twice if you need help. Blink twice. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I'm so sorry. That Crowley, that one of us snitched. I don't know who it was, but dang. Yeah, what a lovely ending. Fantastic. Bravo. 110%. Beauties all around. This was delightful. I loved this so much. You had several good points in Crowley's favor. You had quite a few good points. He was very gracious, and now it's not updating. There we go. Vacations were a fantastic point. Him not being stinky, fantastic. Him being smart, great. But I think the fun to laugh at was one of my favorite points for sure. Uh, but also, he's handsome if he if he just shuts up was so peak. Oh, I love that. I love that so much. I am so sorry that he came for you in the end. We really gotta talk to that person. Maybe Ace. Where is it? Where is he at? All these, but you also did make a lot of other really good points at the beginning about, neglecting the students, being obnoxious, letting them die, immature the students themselves, with you in the building, money versus being responsible. There were other good. There was something about Cruel in here that I now want to see. Where did he go? I saw Cruel's name for like a hot sec. Where? There we go. Cruel is just better at. The huh? Mad Crowley is a bad adult. I don't huh. I don't know what the pluses mean, but anyway, pathetic, pathetic as well. My. Well, bravo. Thank you so much for your submission. Thank you so much. I hope Crowley was not too mean to you after that, but you did win him some points, so I would hope that I would hope that would win him back in your favor. But thank you so much, fantastic. All right, on to presentation number 2. We have Mr. Shiny Gyarados. What shall you be treating us to today? I wonder. Shall we find out, everybody? Let's go. Ooh, it was baseball. Nice. I know nothing about baseball, so we'll see how this goes.
I'm going to real briefly talk about...
Ooh, hold on. I don't know if that's too loud for you guys, but it shows it being in red on OBS. Okay, hold on. Back it up.
I'm going to real briefly talk about baseball positions for the Twist cast, where I put characters and why, and it's not going to necessarily follow a typical baseball position order, but instead a relative order of how I filled in positions as I went.
Okay.
So first up, I'm going to start with catcher. And so what I was sort of looking at was sort of game management, which I equated to the sort of schemier characters of Twist, sort of scheming up a game plan. They also need a decent arm and then quick movement, which isn't necessarily speed, but if a ball were to get by them, they don't necessarily have to go far, but they do have to have at least get there in a relatively quick manner, that sort of short distance that they might need to go in those cases. And those bottom two are sort of how I differentiated between the characters that I chose for the position. So here I went with Jamil, Jade, and Azul. With Jamil and Jade, I think, being the more athletic, especially Jamil being in the basketball club, and Azul being the least athletic. But I thought the three sort of schemier characters of Twist would sort of fit there with that sort of game planning.
Oh, that's very interesting, actually. Yeah, we are going to actually learn things with this one. I don't know anything about baseball, but this is starting to make a little bit of sense. But that is also very good points. Yeah, I feel like Jamil probably has the best all-around knowledge because he is a schemer, but he also is athletic. And then having Jade, Jade to me feels a little strange, but I can kind of see the logic too, because Jade is also a schemer. He does the mountaineering, so he's probably got some good athleticism. And then Azul, he just got those arms. Man, he just got those arms. So I can see the reasoning for all of them, but very interesting placement for Jamil there. And then Jade, and then Azul. I would not have expected Octavanel to be quite as involved in this role, but I guess it doesn't. Again, it just makes sense. It does just make sense. That's very fair. Very interesting. He's got more than 2 arms. True. Yeah, I really don't know where I would put Leona. I'm not entirely sure. I guess we'll find out, though. I guess we'll find out where he's going. All right.
So then next up, third base, looking at a strong arm athletic, and it's one of the more power hitting positions, typically. So I went with Jack and Leona being, I think, two of the ones that would be kind of more power hitters potentially. And then also Jack being in the track and field, have that athleticism. And then also I think he'd be a bit more dedicated than Leona. So I put him above Leona for that reason.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So then next up, shortstop.
Yeah, hold on. Sorry, I want to talk about this too. This makes a lot of sense as well. Yeah, Jack would definitely be a little bit more dedicated to the team sport, I think. Unless Leona had like good motivation. But I can see why these guys were saved for this role based off of the criteria for it. PowerPoint to low. There we go. Having the athletic, but also needing to be more powerful. Because yeah, like Azul, even though he has the strong arm, there's no way he can make it over here. You could make the case probably for like Jade or Jamil. I could see a stronger case for Jade if we were swapping. But yeah, like Leona and Jack just make sense based off of that for that role. 110%. Where is the next slide? There we go.
So then next up, shortstop, which needs solid athleticism, not necessarily the most athleticism compared to a couple other positions, but it does need solid ones. It's one of the flashier positions at times, and they need a solid arm, not necessarily as strong as third base, but it's still a decent overall good arm over there. So I went with Vil and Cater, ultimately the two of the flashier guys in the cast, but I also think both of them would have solid athleticism and a solid enough arm for the position as well. It's one of those things where, like, thinking about it, I feel like they have a little bit better, like especially arm than might initially thought of. And then there are three characters I think would be better suited to the position, but I ultimately use them for other things or for other spots.
Okay, see, when you said flashy, I thought Ace was going to be considered here, so I'm wondering if Ace is one of the other ones that's just going to be somewhere else. Because that was my immediate thought. I was like, oh, they need to be flashy and athletic? That's totally going to be Ace. Because who else is flashy and athletic? But Vil makes a lot of sense here as well. Cater, I'm still so unsure about Cater because of his, like, is his PE, his PE vignette, where he tries to get out of running. But I can see him being dedicated in this way, in this little place. For sure. Now, I guess I have a general question for anyone that knows baseball, because based off the diagram, it doesn't look like there's more than one shortstop. But are there like more people in between the bases, or is there only one person in between the base between second and third? Because I thought that there was like two people that were like slightly into the field that weren't on the bases between 1 and 2, and then between 2 and 3. But maybe I do not know correctly from baseball. I rarely ever engage with the sport. I did see a baseball game one time with my uncle. He took me to one of like the little like leagues. Not the little league, but like the leagues that are local. Like the local leagues that aren't major leagues but also aren't little leagues. I don't know what they're called. But we went to one of those games and it was delightful. But I was also younger, so maybe I'm misremembering, but I thought there were two people. I'm probably wrong. Minor league. Yes, that's probably the correct term. Yeah. But this is fascinating. This is very, very interesting. Yeah, it's been very good to learn so far. This has been very educational.
So then we have center field. It's the probably highest, it is the highest athleticism position. It has the most area to cover. So also having that speed to cover the area, and then also tracking, being in the outfield, tracking down balls hit in the air more often than in the infield, the earlier positions, and then a strong arm out there as well.
Is this going to be Deuce? I am making my predictions now for who I think is going to go in these places. I feel like this is going to be Deuce, no?
So I went with Malleus and Rook. I think Malleus.
I was so far off. I was so far off. But I also understand. I have understand these picks as well. You're going to explain them, but now that I'm seeing them, I think I understand. I'll let you explain though.
Malleus being really good at the spell drive would probably at least transfer over to some degree over here. So I think he'd potentially be one of the higher athleticism characters for the position. Now, the one I actually thought was more interesting, I did rank him below Malleus because I think he probably is below him, would be Rook, though. I think the hunter aspect could travel or transfer well to sort of the tracking down of the ball. And then also I think maybe he might need a little bit of training for like the arm and maybe a little bit on the speed. But I feel like if he got that, I feel like he'd be surprisingly good out there. And these were the two that I also thought would be sort of the better shortstops, but I put them here in a position that requires even more athleticism overall.
Oh, okay. Oh, they were all right. So Ace is still technically on the table in terms of shortstops, because these are only 2 out of the 3 other possible people, right? So Ace is still out there somewhere. He's somewhere out there. Um, yeah, Rook would have absolutely the eyes for the ball. I don't know about Rook's strength, honestly. Rook seems like the kind of person to me that doesn't look very strong, and then you're like, let's have an arm wrestle contest, and then you're destroyed. But also, I don't know. I don't know. Um, Malleus being here makes a lot of Malleus could be any Malleus could probably just teleport across the field if he really wanted to, which I guess would be illegal in baseball. But he would have no problems running wherever he needed to be and running there very quickly. So like, yeah, that's fair. That's very, very fair for him. Yeah, it is interesting that they don't have a baseball team. But I guess I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe like you require so many people to be on a baseball team versus well, basketball also has a lot of people. Hmm. Interesting. I guess the devs just made certain choices. But fantastic picks so far. Everything has made sense, even for me who does not understand baseball. All of the picks have made sense based off what you're talking about.
Overall. So then right field, and one of the biggest distinctions here is it does need a strong arm, which is sort of the determining factor between it and left field. Having to throw to third base, left field is closer, so it doesn't need as strong of an arm as out in right field. And then decent speed in it is also one of the positions that I think, or not, that also historically does also have some power hitters out there as well. So I went with Floyd and Sebek. They're also 2 of the 3 left-handed characters, which just happened to work out nicely. I did go over and check just to make sure would I have to change anyone's position because being left-handed, but they were already going to be out here to begin with. As left-handed throwers tend to be stuck to sort of the outfield or first base. And I think these two would have a pretty strong arm out there. Floyd also being in the basketball club, having that athleticism as well. And him being out there might also help mitigate if he's in one of his moods at times as well. So then left field, good on his moods at times as
well. Okay, that makes sense. I never thought about the positioning of the people that have like the dominant hands. I also didn't realize that Sebek was left-handed. I had no idea. I knew that Edia was. I thought Floyd was ambidextrous, but that's probably just because I get that confused a lot. But okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And then also, if the ball doesn't usually go over that way, then if Floyd wasn't in the mood, it's not that big of a loss, I guess. Right? Because if you have to be way more consistent for third base because they could be scoring, but first base is not quite as important in that way. So that makes a lot of sense for him too. Oh, very, very interesting. Yeah. I too could see Floyd just lying out in the field out of boredom. Oh my gosh, that happened to me when I was really little. When I was in kindergarten, I was in a soccer league. Terrible decision. But I got put on goalie a couple times, and there was just so many pretty leaves on the ground, guys. And the ball was all the way on the other side of the field. So I would just look at the pretty leaves, and then my coach would yell at me all the time to be like, pay attention. And I was like, the ball's all the way over there. It's fine. Our team was like the worst ranked in our city. I was not put on goalie very much because I would just look at the leaves. But but yeah, no, I could see Floyd doing that as well. But it does make sense. It does make sense for him to be here. Um, because of that consistency. Wow, you really thought of everything. This is so well thought out. I'm very impressed.
as well. So then left field, good arm, but again, not as strong as right field. And then the other big thing was decent range for covering ground. This was mainly a distinction between picking between like left field and second base for determining sort of who went where between those two. So for left field, I went with Sylv, Rugi, and Ace. I feel like Sylv would have a little bit weaker arm than Sebek. That's kind of why I put him over here by comparison between the two. But I still think he would be overall sort of the most or one of the more athletic ones for playing the position. So I put him at the top there. So then first base,
Okay, all right. Interesting, interesting. So Ace came up, but there's no mention of Ace being one of the other people that I thought he was going to be. So that's wild. Um Silver makes a lot of sense, I feel like, because of his athleticism. The only problem is he might fall asleep. He might fall asleep. Oh, I just don't trust Ace that much. Oh, I mean, that's fair. Yeah, I guess Ruggy would probably be in for the team sport a bit more because he does the spell drive stuff. And if there was money on the table, he'd be invested. But dang, R.I.P. Ace. To be fair, I have a feeling that Ace would probably try to go for flashier plays or to be like fancy with it, and then he would end up losing the team points. Right? He would like end up letting people go or whatever. Because he'd be trying to get too fancy instead of just doing what he needed to do. So I can see that. I can see that. You might be the coach. I don't think we got a coach at the beginning. But maybe we'll get a coach at the end. I don't know. But I think that would be fun. Silver can beat Sebek in fights. I don't know how much of that is up to strength versus up to strategy. Because Silver is also a much calmer person than Sebek is. I have a feeling that Sebek can kind of get aggravated a little quickly. And if that's the case, then Sebek could just be throwing himself off. So like, even if their strengths are matched, if Sebek is getting frustrated, he's going to make more mistakes than Silver. So that could be a piece of it. That would be my suspicion between the two of them. But I don't know. I don't think we get like I don't think it's canonically discussed. I think we just have them fighting and then Sebek being like, I've never beat you before. But yeah, Grim being the mascot would be so fun. You as the coach and Grim as the mascot. Mm. Plays a part, but he's also stronger. Oh, okay. I'll take your word for it. But yeah, interesting. Okay, and then Ruggy makes a guest appearance. Very lovely, very lovely. I forgot we had the bases to go. All right, so who's on first? What's on second?
there. So then first base, they often need to sort of adjust for bounce balls, sort of stretching out for a ball. So I kind of took at least that into account to a small degree. And then also size. They don't need to be super tall, but it is a position where you can potentially be too small for the position.
R.I.P. Apple.
And then decent athleticism. So I went with Deuce and Trey, and Deuce having the higher athleticism of the two being in the track and field. I went with him in the top spot between the two.
That makes sense. I feel that does make sense. I don't know who else I would put here. Not Riddle, not Apple, I guess. They can't be short, so they're out of the question. But interesting that Deuce is here and not where I thought he was going to be. Because of I thought the running, he would be out in the field, not on the base. But this is interesting. I do think he has good points to be in this position as well. Apple could with spite. Maybe. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe he'll be on second base. Maybe second base you could be short. I don't know.
Top spot between the two. And then second base, sort of decent mobility, decent arm, and ultimately this was kind of the landing spot when other positions were filled. So I went with Riddle, Apple, and Kaleem.
Hey, what did I say? Maybe Apple would get second base. Look at him go. Look at him go. Riddle took the top spot, but hey. Oh man, that's funny. That's so funny. I don't think magic is allowed. I think we're just going off of like base athleticism. Yeah, Kaleem tries. Yeah, that's a good point too. All right, let me let you give your explanation.
So I went with Riddle, Apple, and Kaleem. I think Apple might be the better one long term, but I feel like if both of them are starting from sort of scratch, I feel like Riddle would be the one that would be ready faster between the two, and then Kaleem's out there trying.
He's out there trying.
And then what about Lilia and Ortho?
They get a special slide. Oh, that's exciting. All right, let's see about Lilia and Ortho.
And then what about Lilia and Ortho? They had a lot of positions I thought they could fill. So instead of putting them in one, I went with a term known as a utility player, someone that sort of bounces around, plays different positions depending on sort of like a game-to-game basis. So I thought both of them would fit that mold of sort of moving around, since I felt like they could play most positions. Probably the only one being like first base, where they might be a little too small for that. And then Adia.
they're too short for first. I don't know why I find this so funny, but I do. Oh my. Oh man. Lilia was the other shortstop. Okay, that makes sense. Interesting, man. My. Listen, you gotta get the shark jokes out of your system once in a while, you know? But interesting. Okay, I thought Ace was gonna be a shortstop, but no. Interesting. Although all the other picks also made sense. So fun.
Too small for that. And then Adia, I couldn't think of a spot for him for the opposite reason, so he can be like assistant manager or statistician. Baseball sure does love those statisticians. And some final.
Oh yeah, he'd be like. I know they have these guys in football, like American football, where you have like a team of 20 people that are just sitting in a box, and they have all these little pieces of paper in front of them, all these little cards and stuff, and they like monitor like certain people. So like each person has a job to like monitor a certain part of the field or certain part of the team, and then they'll like write down all these little notes, and then they like whisper to the coaches or whatever through the microphones that they have on their little headsets and stuff, and then they kind of go back and forth and talk about like, okay, this statistically this is what we should do, statistically that's what we should do. I wonder if this is similar, where you have someone like running the numbers as the game is kind of going on, because Idia would be fantastic of that. For sure. That would make a lot of sense. And then for comparison, Idia, I don't think Idia would even want to play, but Azul I think could be asked to join. Yeah, that's fair too. Yeah, Idia would be like, I'll play, but only. Oh no, Idia would be Jimmy Neutron. So, do you all remember that Jimmy Neutron episode? Has anyone else watched Jimmy Neutron? I might. But do you remember the episode where they have like a baseball team and they like suck? So Jimmy creates like all these like AI like bats and balls and stuff, but they can't bring them to like the final like tournament game because they're, illegal. So then they just like completely wipe the last game and don't win the tournament. But they're better friends because of it. Idia would be Jimmy Neutron making the bats and the baseballs. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he'd be the statistician and also fiddling with the equipment. Oh man, he'd cause so many problems. Oh man, a fantastic placement for him. Fantastic placement.
statisticians. And some final takeaways. Again, Lily and Ortho, I think, could play just about anywhere except probably first base. Rook was probably the most interesting one when going through it. Jack, I think, might be the best home run hitter. Malice is also probably still pretty OP here, like spell drive. Villain Cater, I think, would be better athletes at this than might have initially thought. And then if I had to pick pitchers, I would go with Rook, Jack, and Lilia. And that's sort of the positions for the twist cast that I went with. So thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. This was so delightfully educational. I feel like I understand baseball so much better now. But that's interesting that the pitchers would be Rook, Jack, and Lilia. Jack, I could see for sure. Lilia, obviously. But then Rook as well. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, this was definitely very fun. Yeah, Malleus is way too OP. He'd be so delighted to be on the team, though. He'd be so delighted to be on the team. But this was fascinating. Thank you so much. Yeah, all of your picks made a lot of sense. Like all your people. Everything works out to me. And you brought up a bunch of core memories for me from when I played soccer as a little child and watched Jimmy Neutron. So I appreciate that as well. But thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, yeah, thank you. Thank you. Alrighty, are y'all ready to go on to presentation number 3? For number 3, we have the very lovely Shiloh. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Shall we see what they have prepared for us? And I may have to take a minute to do the audio. I don't know if it'll be too loud or too quiet, but let us see what we have in store. What do we have here? Every universe has this, probably. Interesting. Alrighty.
Every universe probably has this. In Night Driven College, it's Riddle, and in our world, it's the police. Some sort of law or authorities that will punish you for committing crimes. And because recently, a friend tried to predict the future of my friend group and somehow half of us ended up in jail, like I wasn't for murder, I got the idea to do this topic for my presentation. A quick heads up, English is my first language, this is a joke presentation and some things can be out of character. There will also be spoilers for the game and for the manga. Now,
Okay, thank you for the disclaimer. Oh, this is delightful. Oh, I cannot wait for this. Twisted Wonderland has Riddle, and our world has the police. Oh, very on point. Very on point. Oh, this is gonna be so delightful. I'm ready. Don't be nervous. It's gonna be lovely. It's gonna be so good.
for the game and for the manga. Now that this is out of the way, let's see why the NRC boys would get in trouble with the authorities. We all know that Deuce wants to be the Twisted Wonderland equivalent of a police officer. And in this hypothetical scenario, he somehow managed to get an internship at a local police station. He's currently just waiting for orders when he spots someone he didn't expect at all. None other than his house warden, Riddle Rosehart.
Oh, Riddle? Oh, oh my, what did Riddle do? What did he do? Oh, I'm hooked. I'm sold. Our bestie the wheel's here as well. Oh my gosh. Alrighty, let's see.
Rosehart. I quite literally use him as an example in the intro, so what could he have possibly done wrong? We all know that Riddle is very uptight regarding rules, and he would never break them on purpose. However, we also know that Riddle can get quite unpleasant to deal with when he's angry. One of the reasons he often gets angry is when someone teases him about his height. And who likes to do that? That's right, Floyd. I can imagine Riddle just losing his temper with the Tweel, starting a fight and pulling a Khalil on him. The next person...
Oh my gosh, how did you literally predict their orientation should scuffle. It wasn't technically about the height, but dang. Oh, that is so canonically accurate. Oh, no. Oh, he roasted the eel. He made unadon. Oh, no.
Temper with the Tweel, starting a fight and pulling a Khalil on him. The next person Doo sees is none other than Sylv. He's
What?
as perplexed as I am because honestly, I can't think of anything Sylv could have done. What I do know is that whatever he did, I would come to bail him out. He could have committed unspeakable atrocities for all I care. After bawling my eyes out over him in Chapter 7, I am coming to save him. I'm still stumped at Sylv, but I definitely know what Vil did.
Oh, I was gonna say. Yeah, I don't know what Sylv would do either. What could he possibly have done? Like fallen asleep in the wrong place and got loitered for it? Like, what could he have possibly done? I don't know. Probably, yeah, it would have to be loitering, right? Like he was just standing there, sleeping. Oh man, holding up a line, kidnapping wild animals. Ooh, maybe. Driving but fell asleep. Oh no. Yeah. Well, I have a feeling we all are gonna know what Vil did. I have a feeling we all know what Vil's gonna get locked up for.
But I definitely know what Vil did. We have to look no further than Chapter 5, where he literally tries to poison/kill his rival Neige to get him out of the way. I know that Vil usually has himself under control pretty well, and Chapter 5 was an exceptional situation, but it happened before, it can happen again. The next criminal is none other than Azul, and that guy is a mafioso if I've ever seen one. I don't call Octagonal the fish mafia for nothing, so he is here for organized crime. Also, I just get the vibe from him that he would commit tax evasion. I don't know why, I just got the vibe.
You're not alone. You're not alone. He 110%. 110. He absolutely money laundering, tax evasion, all of it. All of it. You're not alone. You're not alone.
For Sebek, I have to tell you a little story. Where I come from, we have this thing called Nachtruhe. During Nachtruhe, you can't make much noise, no loud music, no loud voices, no loud anything. Now, my grandma is a fierce defender of this rule and has called the police because someone made too much noise after 10 p.m. before. So, when Sebek yells his lungs out with his Vakasana, he doesn't have to be surprised. Sebek yells his lungs out with his Vakasana. He doesn't have to be surprised when an elderly lady calls the cops on him. During
So good. I didn't know that existed, but dang. Yeah, that makes total sense. Quiet hours, they don't exist for Sebek. Not at all. All right, one more time for the people in the back.
with his Vakasana, he doesn't have to be surprised when an elderly lady calls the cops on him. During Chapter 2, Raggy did a lot of dirty work for Leona. I mean, he was ready to just kill the Diasomnia students for him. Not to mention that he willingly hurt others and also stole Grimm's Ultra Deluxe sandwich. So I think that Raggy would be in for quite a lot of felonies. Now let's see who the next one is. Rook. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. 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 Yeah, you don't gotta say nothing. We all understand. We all know. We all know.
The next person on Deuce's list is Floyd. First of all, he's part of the Fish Mafia. And also, I am convinced that Floyd squeezed at least 2 people to death. Up next is my favorite boy, Cater. We saw what he can do with his unique magic during Chapter 2, so he probably did something similar. Just impersonated a group for fun, but got reported by the authorities for identity theft. Don't worry, Cater, I am coming to bail you out. I'm sure you didn't mean any harm.
Yeah, Yeah, that is interesting. I guess he could get nailed for like identity theft if he did that. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Interesting. Interesting.
Anyway, Deuce wasn't surprised, just a bit disappointed when he saw Apple at the station. Apple got into a fight just like in book 5, stood around looking pretty, and then absolutely massacred the others.
Oh
Just
no.
shattered their shins, headbutted them in the jaw, you name it. Now, Jack. Jack has very uptight morals, and I don't think he would ever break the rules on purpose, but we do know that he sometimes solves things by brute force. I can imagine him trying to stop Apple from fighting, but instead getting pulled into it. Now on to Kaleem. Man, some of these are really hard. Well, after a bit of pondering, I came to the same conclusion as Sevik. We know that Kaleem likes to party and probably took the parade a little bit too far. After blasting music too loud through the night, he made a fun little trip to the police station, where he immediately got bailed out by Jamil.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That he would be that he partied too hard, but then Jamil would just immediately be there to bail him out. And he probably would also just be like, "Oh my gosh, Deuce, it's been such a long time. How are you?" He'd just be chatting up everybody at the police station, just being like, "Oh my gosh, you should come to my house. We should all get dinner together tomorrow," or whatever. Oh man. Yeah, he doesn't even know what he did wrong. Exactly. Oh, what a fun little guy.
Police station, where he immediately got bailed out by Jamil, leaving poor Deuce very confused about what in the Grade 7 just happened. Let's just pretend that someone would have the guts to arrest the Malleus Draconia. I think he would be in trouble for 2 things. Malleus likes discovering ruins and abandoned places, so I'm pretty sure he would go discover a ruin even though there's a big red sign in front of him that says no trespassing. Another possibility is that he just snatched you away to hold a long lecture about gargoyles, and someone mistook that for a kidnapping. Anyways, Deuce was probably very surprised to see Hasselbjørn's dad at the station. The very first thought I had was that Trey sold place pastries. You know, like some brownies, some edibles. I mean, like how else?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, he's got that face. Oh, he's got the face. He probably has some magic brownies. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Pastries. You know, like some brownies, some edibles. I mean, like how else does he stay so calm? It's suspicious. I don't trust his grin, like, at all.
Yeah.
With Jamil, Deuce has to ask himself a different question. What wouldn't he do? As servant of the Al-Azim family, I have the personal headcanon that Jamil had to commit some crimes in the name of them. Like, hey Jamil, this person is planning on kidnapping Kaleem. Could you prevent that? And then like the next morning, the potential kidnapper wakes up in the afterlife because like Jamil was like, there is no time for peace. It was never an option.
Oh, no.
I can see him like committing tons of crimes, but I don't think he would ever get caught. The only reason he would be at the police station is because, as previously stated, he came to pick up Kaleem for Lilia.
Oh, that's interesting. He does all of the crime. He does all of the goose crimes, but he never gets caught. Oh. Oh my. Interesting.
Because, as previously stated, he came to pick up Kaleem for Lilia. I knew immediately what this crime is.
Oh.
Murder, manslaughter, homicide, various other synonyms for giving someone a one-way ticket into the afterlife. Why? Well, someone got the great idea to leave him in the kitchen unsupervised, and when
I thought this was going in the war direction, but this is so much funnier. This is so much better.
afterlife. Why? Well, someone got the great idea to leave him in the kitchen unsupervised, and when they came back, it was already too late. He insisted that some students at least try his hate crime that he calls cooking. And Lilia, I know you didn't have any malicious intent and didn't mean to kill anyone, but people are still dead. I think
R.I.P.
Leona would fall into the organized crime category. I mean, in book 2, he ordered the whole dorm to crush the Diasomnia students. He was fully prepared and even proud to kill his rival Malleus. The next felon is Jade, and he has committed every crime in the book. He has done unspeakable horrors, committing felonies left and right like it's just an ordinary Tuesday. Take any law book and I promise you he has violated each rule at least once. Jade scares me. On to the next one. We have Ilya, but I have decided to include Ortho. First of all, I can see Ortho going full Terminator mode when someone insults his brother, and in one vignette, he just casually offers to hack someone. He has probably hacked government data before or started a cyber war. For Ilya, I think when pushed over the edge, he would do the same thing that I just described with Ortho. I also think he did something else. I might just let him confess his crimes himself. This only leaves Ace, someone Deuce has expected by now. Ace is a chaotic force, and I can see him get in trouble for stealing. Just how he did in chapter 1, where he eats one of Riddle's tarts without asking and then gets collared for it. Also, I get the vibe that he at least tried to steal something from a mystery shop before. Also, in the prologue, him and Grimm managed to set a statue on fire on their very first day. So property damage gets added to the list. Here's a quick overview over their crimes.
Oh, wow. I love how Silver's still just like, we have no idea. We don't know what he was charged with, but he's here. But yeah, oh my. Theft and vandalism, man. Doxing, Jade is just everything. Attempted murder, organized crime, trespassing, kidnapping. I mean, all of these make so much sense. Probably murder. Oh my. Oh goodness gracious. These are fantastic. I love these. These are great.
Added to the list. Here's a quick overview over their crimes. Feel free to pause to read everything. And with that, Deuce's internship is over. I hope you enjoyed my presentation and thank you for your attention. If you have any feedback or any ideas what else the boys would do to get in trouble, I would love to hear it. Have an amazing day or night.
Oh, thank you. This was delightful. Ooh, I mean, we've been talking a little bit about what we think everybody would be doing while we were learning about what they did. But does anyone have any other thoughts that they would like to share? Yeah, Deuce had a really busy day. He had a real busy day. Look at how many people got brought into this station. He got, what, 4, 8, 12, 16, 21 people. All getting brought in for all of these different things. My goodness. And all the rest of Hartzlebo was included. Every single other person that he had friends with in his dorm all got brought in. Yeah, just casually arrested almost everybody he knows. Oh my goodness. I have not watched the Price is Right twist parody. No, I have not. Yeah, Deuce could be the dorm leader now. He could be. He could be. Boiling prunes. Oh my. Mentioning cloud calling. Ah, yeah, I suppose. I guess Lilia could be for no license. Does he doesn't ever drive the car in cloud calling, right? Right? Oh, you mean no magic license? Yeah, I don't know how that goes. I don't know how that goes because he's also Fae. Does he get a free pass because he's Fae? Or does he still have to have a magic license? I don't know. Oh my. Silver probably get arrested for trespassing after falling asleep. Yeah, I feel like the consensus is Silver just fell asleep somewhere and then that became a problem. That just became an issue. He doesn't drive, but he tried to drive. Ah, yeah. Leona was smart in not letting him. I have a feeling they would end up straight off a cliff. Even though even if there wasn't a cliff there, one would materialize. I don't know. I just feel like that's the kind of chaos that would ensue. Yeah, maybe you do get a free pass for being a senior, technically. I don't know. Got arrested for mail fraud. Oh no. Goodness, goodness. Giving his actual ID for arrested for bringing a fake ID. Oh, that would be funny. And for them to be like, you're not 700, jail. And Lily is like, but I am. What do you mean? Loitering, I think, is like when you're like hanging out outside of a place without any intention of actually being, like you going to that place or using that place for its intended purpose, right? Like if you and your buddies go to Starbucks and just stand outside of Starbucks all day and you don't buy any Starbucks, I think you could technically be considered loitering. I feel like it's mainly for businesses because, they want business. And so if you're not engaging with the business, they could say that you're loitering. But I don't think you could like get like a loitering charge for like sitting in a park, right? I think it's mainly for like those sorts of situations. I could be wrong. You know what? I have Google. I have the internet. Let me go look it up real quick. What is loitering? Not the AI overview. Patooey. What does Wikipedia say? Loitering is the act of standing or waiting around idly without apparent purpose in some public places. While the laws regarding loitering have been challenged and changed over time, loitering of suspect people can be illegal in some jurisdictions and some specific circumstances. So yeah, so it's like basically like what I was describing would technically be a thing. And there's the Wikipedia article has a whole bunch of stuff about like different countries and things, so it depends on where you are. But yeah, I guess loitering could be one of the things. Could be. At least for Silver anyway. Oh, Silver for jaywalking? Oh no. Oh no. My. Ooh, painting and watching the stream. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Arrested for sleeping in a park? You could. So like Silver, if Silver ended up falling asleep in a park, or because that would again be kind of considered loitering, I guess. Like if he fell asleep outside of a business, I mean they would probably just ask him to move. Although I guess if they couldn't get Silver to wake up, that would be a problem. But they could mistake Silver for a homeless person, I suppose, if he fell asleep in public and he stayed asleep for long enough. But fall asleep on a bench and then yeah, someone thought he was homeless, probably. Yeah, Cater could also try something very silly on Magicam. That is true too. That would make a lot of sense for him to do like some sort of viral hack and then oopsie, now I'm in jail. Oopsie doopsie. Oh well. Although I feel like he's not that obnoxious of an influencer, so it'd probably be something benign that he ends up kind of more or less accidentally getting caught for, but all good points, guys. All good points. Ace tried the devious lick challenge. Oh my. Yeah. Yeah, loitering, I feel like you get a warning usually and then you like disperse. But like if you disperse and then come back like a couple of times, then I think you get arrested. But in most cases I feel like you just get a warning for like that specific thing. Harassment charges for preaching about Waka-sama. Yeah, he could. I suppose that's true. I suppose that could happen. Oh boy. My goodness. Yeah, that makes sense for him. That makes sense. I hold on. I gotta turn on a light in here. Hold on. Oh man. Yeah, Sebek, Mr. Disturbing the Peace of Zigvolt. Goodness gracious. But yeah, lovely idea. Super fun presentation. Loved all the people that I know. Can't get back to. There we go. Loved all the rationales. Loved the discussion. Super fun. Yeah, what is NRC teaching? How did you turn out okay? Yeah, long day for Deuce. Long day for Deuce.
Every universe.
Oh,
Every universe.
nope. PowerPoint, please.
Every universe.
No, there we go. But thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Deuce did not. Oh, what? Oh, should we discuss what Deuce could possibly get arrested for? I feel like he'd end up with a brawl. He'd probably end up in a brawl charge. I mean, he was the cop in this scenario, but if he wasn't the cop and he happened to get arrested, I feel like a brawl would make sense for him. Alrighty, alrighty. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for your presentation. This was lovely. Oh yeah, you could run a red light too, but you don't generally get arrested for red light. You usually get a ticket unless it's like your 15th offense. But yeah. Alrighty, shall we head on to our next presentation? Our presentation number 4. Ooh. By Charonix. I think I said that correctly, hopefully. But shall we see what they have prepared for us? Shall we, shall we? Shall we? We have, phantom anecdotes and official twist occurrences. Don't be nervous. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. I'm sure it's lovely. Don't go hide. No, don't hide. Alrighty, are you all ready? Let us begin.
Hello, everybody. This is Karenix, and I am here to present for the Symposium my topic, which is twist fandom anecdotes and official twist occurrences. Basically, things that have occurred within the fandom and things that Twist has released during the years that it's been active. There are some few moments that I've cherry picked to be on here. There are many more, which I have not included either because they're too long and go above the requested time allowed for the videos, or I just couldn't remember everything. So yeah, let's get started. So first, fandom or twist occurrence basically was in September 2020, where Book 5 was released. In Book 5, some characters sung for for Vale's audition for the VDC, and in that, for the first month that Book 5 was live, Ortho actually didn't have a Vocaloid sound effect. He actually just sounded like Aoi Shota, Ortho's voice actor, just singing. Real interesting that they changed it. Makes sense, but interesting to know that they just released it like this initially. You can listen to the full video by Iran M. Uwu.
Yeah, that's wild. That's so wild. I had no idea that that was the case. That it was just the regular old voice actor and not like, I mean, you can tell there's like a tiny bit of electronic in there. I think that they probably added just to be, robotic in some way. But like, yeah, this is wild because now it sounds completely different.
Didn't have a Vocaloid sound effect. He actually just sounded like Aoi Shota, Ortho's voice actor, just singing. Real interesting that they changed it. Makes sense, but interesting to know that they just released it like this.
I honestly think it sounds better this way. I feel like it sounds better without the Vocaloid treatment. But man, that's wild.
Initially. You can listen to the full video by Iran M. Uwu. Next, we have in October 2021 a virtual Halloween event. This is where basically Twist released a virtual space where you could log on into like these blob shapes in either ceremonial robes or grim hoodies to walk around NRC and like actually go to like Sam's shop or just like walk around, meet other people.
What? What do you mean this existed? I want to go to NRC. Whoa, this is so cool. You could just walk around the school and just hang out with other people. You could walk down Main Street. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. You can go to the mirror chamber. You could get you could get the candies. You could get Edia candy. Maybe, I think those are like what Malleus's candies back there from the shop. Oh my gosh. Oh man. And it was a web event, so it like only existed for a little bit of time, right? And now it's gone forever. But oh man. Oh, I want them to bring this back. Bring it back. Please. Also, this little Grim is adorable. Look at him with his candy. He's so cute. My. But oh wow. Oh, you can take pictures and stuff. A little buggy. Oh man. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, why did they do this for EN? Why did they bring it back? Oh man. Yeah, Twist open world game when. Someone mod Wizards 101. Make it Twist themed. I don't know. We were robbed. This is so cute. I love the little Grim hoodies. Now I kind of want one. I kind of want a Grim hoodie. Dang.
Like actually go to like Sam's shop or just like walk around, meet other people. Next, we also had in November 5th, 2020 and 2021, the Tweel Menaces. So as a birthday gift to all of us, they helped in crashing the server because these boys are just so popular that
oh no! Wait, they were so popular, so many people were trying to do things on the server and it crashed? Is that what happened? Wait.
Just so popular that the game went down and the Twist devs had to work for some hours to get the game running back up. So, usual Tweels chaos.
Yeah, that's so funny. Oh my gosh. I knew that Floyd was really popular in Japan. I didn't know that Jade was also popular. But oh Lord. Everyone was like, yes, we would like the eels, please. I love that they're on fire. The Elmo with the hair is so funny. Too powerful.
Chaos. Next, in December 20th of 2021, this was a month before the English server was live. The Twisted Wonderland devs had released the Twisted Wonderland English descriptions of the characters, and some interesting vocabulary was chosen for the description of these characters. For example, for Kaleem, they said he is magnanimous and generous. Right now, the website just says he's a generous boy who always has a smile on his face. And for Vil, they chose no effort is too much for him in his unending pursuit of pulchritude. No one knew what this word was. We all had to look up in the thesaurus and dictionary and stuff to find out what it was. And that basically became a meme that like once the English server came out, we'd all be smarter because these new words would help us grab thesaurus and dictionaries and actually study.
Interesting.
Next.
Oh, I don't know what Azul's doing. I'm curious to know what he's doing. But now I also want to know what pulchritude is. I feel like this happens sometimes when you have like translation teams, because if you try to translate too literally, you get some like really funky words. Pulchritude just means beauty. It literally is just like another word for beauty. That is so funny. They were like, let's make him sophisticated. Oh man, but yeah, like I don't think I've ever run into this word before in my life. Beauty makes so much more sense for a wider audience, for sure. Because this almost sounds like putrid, which would make me think icky. But no, it means beauty. Interesting. Interesting. Like, I wouldn't question this if it was part of, like, Malleus's bio. Because I could be like, he's a dragon and he's medieval. But yeah, for Vil, wild, wild. I also like Kaleem's description a bit better now. I feel like it flows a little bit better. I wonder if they changed it from magnanimous and generous because of Crowley. Since he's just oh so magnanimous all the time and just oh so generous all the time. So they like rewrote it a little bit better. But this sentence flows better anyway. Generous boy who always has a smile on his face. Because it's more like, he's rich and generous. Grew up with Jamil. Duh. Like, this is very, like, choppy. This, I feel like, flows better. But this is very interesting. Very interesting that they did this.
We study.
Alright.
Next, we also had 2 Azul apocalypses.
2? There was 2? Why did they do? Oh, no. I love the term Azul apocalypse. Oh, I love this. Oh, my. Okay, all right. Let me hear you out.
One of them was a mini Azul apocalypse in the Japan server. A month after release, Beans Azul and Dorm Azul were available, but the big Azul apocalypse was when the English server released, because not only did Beans Azul and Birthday Azul were on the gacha, also Dorm Azul was there. So 3 Azuls for the price of one person's poor gems, one Azul fan's poor gems. So hopefully the people that pulled for him are fine now. Who knows? Back then, they were in our thoughts and prayers.
Oh, I see. Oh, so they were just like, here's every Azul card in existence. At this current point in time, would you like all of them all at once? Here you go. Maybe it's good that I started after all of this happened, because I started around Vil's birthday. Oh, otherwise I would have been broke forever. I would have been broke forever. I still want Beans Azul. I don't have his Beans card. I would like his Beans card. I don't think I have his birthday boy card either. I only have his Dorm out of this set. Maybe I should have been there for the Azul apocalypse, then I'd have his cards. Oh man. Yeah. This is very similar to the Ediocalypse that we had in December. Well, it was his birthday and Soom Sitter, and wasn't there like one other thing also happening for Edia back then? I feel like there was another thing, but those were the 2 main ones that were happening. Yeah, they I don't think they're gonna do a rerun of Beans Day 1. I wish they would, because they literally only did it once, and then they were like, we're never doing this event again since release. And now it's in the replay shop, so I don't think they're ever gonna do a rerun of it, but I would appreciate it, for sure.
Next, in August of 2022 and 2023, in 2022, lots of 2s, Ceremonial Robes Kaleem crashed the end. Robes Kaleem feeling a little spicy, a little bit of a bad boy wanting to fit into the NRC cast. So if you try to put Ceremonial Robes Kaleem, and specifically Ceremonial Robes Kaleem, in any of your battles or your lessons, he would instantly break the game. It'd just be loading and you wouldn't be able to play. So, we let Kaleem have this treat for 2 days.
That's wild. That specific card just broke everything, huh? What happened in the code? What happened? Now I'm very curious. Like, how, like, if it was working fine forever and then now all of a sudden, what did they do? Yeah, the Elmo is also very adorable. That's adorable. It's so cute. Yeah, but August wasn't release day though, right? Because Azul was one of the first birthday cards and he's all the way back in February. So this is after release. This is not close to like launch day. So I'm very curious, like, what went wrong? What went wrong here? I guess we'll never know. But yeah, this is also so funny. It being like, oh my. Oh, hidden? I see.
This treat for 2 days. Next, um, before the twist system had its hard pity, where if you pull 200 times, then you have to get the card that's on the rate up. Before, that didn't exist. You could pull, and it wasn't guaranteed that you'd get the card that's on rate up. So some examples are that Yana Taboso had to pull 300 times to get Masquerade Azul. So Azul made his creator work to get him. Classic Azul. But also an unfortunate fan pulled 900 times to get Fireworks Jamil.
900 times? 900? No. No. This is literally like the Genshin weapon banner. Where like you were never guaranteed to get the weapon. Yeah, this is wild. Wild. Yeah, Azul was literally, oh my gosh, wait. Azul is literally that edit of that one song that I don't know the actual lyrics to because I only know like the TikTok version where it's like, if I only could, I'd make a deal with God. 2 avocados for $10. That's literally what he did. And he was like, here, you take it or leave it. Oh my gosh. That is very funny. Oh man. Yeah, you just gotta give Jamil Staffahoma now. Good lord. Yeah, that is so wild. I can't imagine. I would be writing a very angry email to support being like, why did it take me 900 tries to get this one single card? Please fix your pity system. Because that is thousands of dollars. That might even be like tens of thousands of dollars. That's wild. Wild. Yeah, RIP for sure. Yeah, dang. Dang. Anyways, let's continue. Even if the JP gems are cheaper, that's still not okay. That's still not okay. But you know what? It was honestly, Azul did us all a service because if Yana didn't have this experience, I doubt it would have changed very much. Because I assume Fireworks Jamil was way before Glorious Masquerade, right? So like this happened and nothing changed, right? And then this happened and then things changed. So really, I guess we should be thanking Azul for being a capitalistic stinker and getting that all changed for us, I suppose. But yeah, this is insane. This is insane. The 900 pulls for Jamil, that's insane.
Times to get Fireworks Jamil. Those were trying times for that fan. The Twist Fest held on August 20th, 2023. The big first Twist Fest, basically, where all of the voice actors were present. And they released not only the MMD of Absolutely Beautiful, but they also released the MMD of Make-A-Wish. Only a snippet. Other than that, some fans also sent in some decorated flowers for their favorite characters or voice actors. So as we can see, flower arrangements for Scarabia, Malleus and Deuce, and other characters. The thread that shows up on the bottom is actually really cool for the flower photos. Has many flower photos that were taken on there.
Ooh, oh, hold on. Oh, that's so cute. I love all these little bouquets. They're so fun. I always wonder what happens to stuff like this after the event, though. Like, where did they go? What happens to these? They just get thrown out. But, like, this Rook Hunt one is fantastic. Oh my gosh, I love the colors and everything. I love the typography that they have. I love his little hat that says things that I can't read. These are all so cool. This is fantastic. This is so fun. I love the little rabbit. The rabbit's great for Deuce. I think this is supposed to be Floyd or Jade or both. Also, there's just a random Grim hanging out there too. This one's for Lilia and Silver? That's cute. Wow. Okay, cool. Cool.
Photos that were taken on there. Next, in the Twist Fest, after the Twist Fest was finished and like interviews and announcements were made, the voice actors actually took photos with in like their dorm groups. So here's the Heartslobule voice actors: Scarabia, Fior, Savannah Claw, and Octavanel. And also Diasomnia and Aoi Shota as Ortho's voice actor.
I love how they all like dressed up so like casual, like they like Disney bounded their characters. Oh, look at the tablet! Look at the tablet! Please tell me. That's so good. Oh, I love it so much. That's so fantastic. But yeah, they like Disney bound, right? That's the word for when you go to the parks and you can't dress up in the US. But like, yeah, they just like casually, like all the colors match. They're very stylish. They're just like just emblematic of the dorms. I love these pants. Look at these pants. They got like little scales on them. That's super fun. Yeah, all the outfits are great. Also, Ortho's outfit, very fun. It's very Grimm-esque, but still very fun. Such a good time, such a good time.
Savannah Claw and Octavanel. And also Diasomnia and Aoi Shota as Ortho's voice actor. The funny thing is, this is an official photo, but also someone edited in Idia's tablet because Idia couldn't attend. I think he had some really important business to attend to, so he actually attended via like a pre-recorded video. So it was a joke that the voice actor really got into character as Idia to attend from far away like that. And
well, oh, I'm so sorry, but that makes so much sense. It literally was a canon event. It literally was a canon event. That's so wild. That is so fantastic. Oh my goodness.
Like that. And last but not least, we can also include April 17th of 2025. The Ruggy causes the infection AU. This moment is now in fandom history now. Yippee! So basically, in the integration of Ruggy's birthday banner, it caused sprites to glitch out, and it gave birth to the idea of an infection AU. Gonna leave out the fan art of the AU since it could potentially gross some people out, you know, with some infections and body stuff.
Fair,
But
fair.
here are some fun screenshots that actually occurred during the glitch. Very fun.
Oh, is this? I see. Is this where the eye thing came from? I had no idea where the eye, like the people with no eyes, because that's what Floyd looks like. Jason's ghost brother. Ah, Jack the big friendly giant. Malleus soup. These are and also the Ghost Bride background, which is wild. So it looks like the background got ported into because so this is basically the home screen got overlaid into the alchemy lesson, which is wild. And then Jack's just chilling, just jacking his knees, and only his knees. And then the eye thing. Oh wow. Yeah, this happened recently, April 17th, 2025. This was literally like only a couple months ago. Oh, I was wondering where all of those were happening. How all that stuff was going on, because I saw like the dead-eyed characters and I was like, oh, these are a cool edit. I didn't know it was actually a thing that happened. Like it wasn't an edit. It was just a thing that happened. Oh, I see. Oh, this is so fun. Yeah, wild on Twitter. Yeah. Goodness gracious me, oh my. Oh, and Hornless Malleus. Yeah. I saw some of those sprites. Oh, okay, so this is where it came from. So Ruggy infected the game, caused all sorts of mutations. What a world, what a world. Interesting. Yeah, oh my gosh, the EN crashes and glitches on the anniversary this past year, those poor devs. It took them like 4 days. Because the update was also late too, right? Like the initial update was late, and they probably finally went to bed, and then everything started crashing and burning, and then they had to patch it again. Oh man. Oh man.
And yeah, that's basically it. Here are the assets that I used. And yeah, thank you for watching. And I hope you now know more about Twist history. Yippee!
Oh wow, look at this screen. Oh, I love it. I love all the cute little guys, and I love the little dancing toothlesses. And I mentally eagle is fun too. Thank you. Oh, that was such a good ride. Yeah, there were so many things I didn't know about. Like the voice thing, this Halloween thing, I had no idea. That was cool. This translation stuff, the Azul apocalypse, the eel apocalypse, all of the apocalypses. Kaleem breaking things, I had no idea. Oh my goodness, this is quite a fun time. Quite a fun time. Oh man, and the 900 times is just so unbelievable to me. That is the wildest thing. I I can't imagine being that person. That must have been wild. Wild. Goodness gracious. But thank you so much. Oh, this was such a good time. Thank you. I feel like we're all learning so much today. So much. Thank you. Oh, goodness. Alrighty. Should we see what our next presentation is about? Presentation number 5. This one was done by Sweet Salt. Oh, wow. Sweet Salt, aka Quack. So let us see what they have prepared for us today. Oh, Twist of Wonderland merch, the weird and interesting. Oh my. I cannot wait to get into this. Love that Azul is here to teach us about the merch. Shall we dive in? Let's go.
So, over the years, Twist has released some pretty weird and some pretty interesting merch. So I thought for my topic for the symposium, why not make an entire PowerPoint dedicated towards it? That being said, I'm only going to cover the first year of the game's release when it comes to merch, so basically March 2020 to March 2021, mostly because there is literally so much merch that has came out for this game that this PowerPoint was basically originally 40 slides long and I've had to condense it down, so here's hoping I keep within the time limit. Azul is here for moral support, and with that being said, let me get started by telling you a little story about the early months of the game's release, aka March to early May 2020, or as I like to call it, the dark ages of no merch. Because as you see, during these early months when the game was still new, merch was very limited and very hard to come by, and with the game getting more and more popular very quickly, more and more Twist fans were wanting to make things like eater bags, as well as obtain acrylic stands and keychains, which eventually led to what I like to call the Great Auction Wars of April and May. Because you see, at the time, if you wanted to make an eater bag, there were only 3 types of cam badges that were released, and these types of cam badges were only available as a Crane Game prize, as a Gachapon prize, or as a Ichiban Kuji lottery prize.
Oh, that is dirty. Oh man, they really said it's a gacha. They really said this is a gacha. Yeah, Azul's evil face is just adding to the slide. I can't imagine. Oh my gosh. And in Japan, you really can't do fan merch because they have very strict copyright laws. So like these were literally your only options if you wanted Twist stuff. That is wild. I can't the Crane Game one is really fun. I like this one. But also, like all of them are gacha based. Like maybe you can make the argument that the Crane game is somewhat sort of skill based, and then I guess you could exchange. So like if you got Leona's pin, you could be like, actually, can I exchange for Ruggy? And then you would be able to get it if they had it. But you can't do that for a gacha capsule, and you can't do that in Ichiban Kuji. Like, you just get what you get. And there may or may not be limits to what you're doing. And, like, if you got Leona 5 times in a row and you wanted Floyd, oh, well. That's wild.
As a Gachapon prize or as a Ichiban Kuji lottery prize, where basically for an Ichiban Kuji lottery prize, it's basically just go inside convenience store, basically ask for a lottery ticket, pay for lottery ticket, you get prize, but the prize is, as you can tell, look, or RNG based, basically for both that and for all 3 of them, which meant that if you wanted a certain character, then it was basically just up to luck, and if you didn't get that certain character, then you had to turn towards basically just like online auctions or basically just online sites in general, or people reselling it. And these people were not very nice because they basically went absolutely nuts with the pricing. So as you can see from the screenshots here, the cheapest cam badges that were going at the time were Sebek and the NRC staff, where they went and they were retailing for second hand at $68.97. Then we go up in price a little bit more to...
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. £52? For a can badge of Crowley, of all people? Oh, well, you know what? It's good to know that scalpers have always been the same. That scalpers have not evolved over the years. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, I get that they're sparkly. Also, fantastic that Corel is £79. Love that for him. Love that for him. But like, I'm sorry. 117 for Trey. Like almost 300 for a single pin of Malleus's? A single If your favorite was Malleus and you were trying to do a single character, like a single pin eat a bag, you were screwed. What? But like, look at these packages over here. For all these Floyd pins, this is like a gazillion amount monies. This is so many monies. I can't do math in my head, but this is like a 2,000, yeah, like $2,000, $3,000 or 3,000 pounds, maybe. What do you mean? For like 10 Floyd badges? People out here, there was a mighty need. Oh, good Lord. Good Lord.
Then we go up in price a little bit more to characters like Lilia, where he was basically $206.93. You had Malleus, because he's in his own category, at $367.89. And then you had Octavanel, and then you had Floyd, because JP fans in general, as well as just fans in general, they loved Floyd, because you see, like, as you can see in this corner over here, a set of 10 Floyd cam badges retailed for $1,584.19. Very expensive. Just generally very expensive in general. Not fun times if you were an early fan of the game. And it got to a point where not even acrylic stands were safe from these insane marked up.
Almost £1,000 for an acrylic stand? Personally, I am of the opinion that the acrylic stands are very tacky. I don't like them. I don't know, man. I don't, but I cannot even imagine a universe where paying $1,000 for a piece of acrylic is anywhere is worth that much. What? I'm with Azul. This is so wacky. No.
The game. And it got to a point where not even acrylic stands were safe from these insane marked up prices, because for the entire set of the Twisted Wonderland cast, like for their concept art and everything at the start of the game, yeah, you were looking to pay like around $867.06 if you had the money in the bank, or if you were insane enough to do it. So, but yeah, with that being said, the prices did eventually come down, thankfully. So towards the end of May, when Twist started to get the ball rolling and releasing more merch, the prices came down, which led to the start of some pretty interesting merch choices overall. Now, as a disclaimer, a lot of this merch was pre-order exclusive or Japanese only, so if any of you guys wanted to buy this, it would have to be imported, and it would have to come from second-hand online sites, which can get very expensive, so please use your discretion if any of this catches your eye. I'm literally just making this PowerPoint for fun, so you guys can see what kind of interesting things Twist has released. So there won't be any acrylic stands, cam badges, plushies, figures, etc, etc.
Ah, okay. Thank you for the disclaimer. Okay, I'm very interested to see now what wild, wacky things are gonna be included. And now I'm even more curious, because now if I know these things on my upcoming trip, maybe if I see things, I'll like know what it's worth or what it is. Because I have a feeling there's definitely gonna be things that like I probably would not even assume are Twist related in this list. But okay, so we're only going for the wacky stuff. And yeah, all right. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see what it's gonna be. So excited.
And that being said, I've basically divvied up like the different kinds of merch into 10 different categories. Starting with category 1, we have kitchenware, where going from left to right, we have Twisted Wonderland themed lunchbox, Twisted Wonderland themed mugs, we have Tupperware containers for bento boxes, as well as a drawstring bag to put them in. We have mini glasses, we have cutlery, we have more cups, and we have teapots, because tea time very much go brr.
I am such a sucker for mugs. And these are fun mugs. Look at Grims. He's got a little tail. This is wild that this is a lunchbox. These are wild. So you have the cups and then the teapots that go with them, I'm assuming is what these are. They have this little set. These are so fun. Yeah, these mugs in their little hand, and they have like cute little books on them that represent the dorms and stuff. Azul's got like his little hat. They have like little briars on this one. There's a little snake here. There's a heart. I'm assuming this is supposed to be a tail, like a lion tail. I don't know what's happening in Ignihide. You got your poison apple hanging out over here. All these lovely little spoons, which I would have them and then never use them. I would want to preserve them forever. You have these cute little mugs. These seem very standard. Like the mugs and the teapots seem pretty standard. You just kind of have the dorm crust and it's kind of the color. Same thing with these bento boxes, although the bags are cool. The bags look like they had the same things, like the same designs as the mugs. Just like in single color on them. That'd be cool. Your little tiny glasses for your tiny glass needs. Interesting.
More cups, and we have teapots, because tea time very much go brr. Category 2, we have hygiene products, so we have Twisted Wonderland themed moisturizer, we have Twisted Wonderland themed hair ties, we have brushes, we have bath towels, we have glasses cleaner, we had Twisted Wonderland themed sanitizer, because peak panini times went brr. And yes, very much a product of the times. We had Twisted Wonderland themed shampoo, and we had Twisted Wonderland themed handkerchiefs.
Oh, I'm sorry, we had Twist shampoo. Sorry, we had Twist moisturizer. Ooh, like the hairbrushes and the hair ties and like having a bath towel that I guess has them in their labware on it is I guess kind of cool. The little face handkerchief guys, like face claws, fine. But like, what do the shampoos smell like? What did this cream smell like? Were there creams for the dorms, or was there just one cream for all of Twisted Wonderland? Why are these glasses cleaners so gosh darn cool? Well, the hand sanitizer is very funny. These hair ties would get stuck in my hair so easily. The hairbrushes are interesting, but I want to know more about the shampoo. I want to know more about the shampoo. I want to know what the flavors of shampoo were. What were the scents of shampoo?
Shampoo, and we had Twisted Wonderland themed handkerchiefs. Category 3, we had jewelry and other accessories, where there was basically this company, this designer jewelry company in Japan called Q-Pot, and they specialise in making bag charms and jewelry, like basically in the image of sweets. So basically you had these necklaces in the shape of icing cookies, as well as chocolate pralines, as well as just like this candy themed jewelry. So you had like candy themed rings, as well as like candy themed bag charms after the groovy charms and stuff for the characters in the game. You had Twisted Wonderland themed jewelry boxes, so if you got all of this, you had like a little jewelry box to put it in, yay! And you had Twisted Wonderland themed watches, as well as pocket watches, and an umbrella, because Twisted Wonderland umbrella, go Brewer.
I'm sorry. I want a pocket watch. I want one of these now. I want one of these so bad. I want a pocket watch so bad, and I want some like Floyd candy bag charm. And now I want all of this stuff. I want all. Well, the cake things can go bye-bye. The umbrella will eventually break, and the ring's not good. But these three things, a watch, a pocket watch, and a candy. I mean, I guess if I had a pocket watch, I wouldn't need a wristwatch, but still. I don't know if the Malleus Clubwear umbrella exists. I imagine they probably will make it at some point. He's rather popular enough, I would suppose. But now I want a Twist pocket watch. Now I want to. All right, let me Google Twisted Wonderland pocket watch. Let me crush my dreams real quick. Oh, I see. Oh, they're interesting. They just have like the art of the characters on them. So each character has art. There is one that was on eBay for $136 that you can't see into. But interesting, huh? I don't know which. I thought that they would be dorm themed, but they're character themed, which is even more wild. I feel like I'd want a jade one. Oh, there's apparently one on eBay for $54. That's jade. Oh man, that's wild. Wild stuff. Wild stuff. Good lord. Interesting. I don't trust eBay, so, but there are some listings, I guess. Oh, Gyarados, welcome in. You missed your presentation. You were number 2 or number 3, I forget now. But lovely stuff. Very educational, the baseball and everything. So many things I didn't know. I guessed some positions, got them all wrong. But I understand exactly, like, not exactly, but I do understand quite a bit about your reasoning. It was very enlightening. Thank you. We are on presentation 5 of 6. So, but it's been so delightful. They've been so different. All of them have been so unique. And we're talking about merch now. But yeah, if the pocket watches were crane game, then you're at the mercy of the seller. Yeah, unfortunately. This is very true. Yeah, we had why Crowley is the best bachelor. Obviously, your lovely baseball picks. What crimes they would have committed, news and events from Twisted Wonderland, like fandom history, like notable events. Like apparently the Azul apocalypse. And things of that nature. Now we're talking about merch. You get the Ville pocket watch for $30, but not with shipping. Interesting. Yeah, I thought they were going to be a little bit cooler. Because, like, these watches, like, watches seem very sophisticated and nice. And I feel, oopsie, what did I do? No, what did I do? Okay,
so over the Twisted Wonderland themed times.
Spoilers. Okay, here we are. I don't know what happened. I think I accidentally hit my scroll wheel. And yeah, I paused quite a bit. So but so I think we, or at least I think I gave folks enough time to read the things in the PowerPoint. But Anyway, but yeah, no, these are so these little candy bag charms look like actual candy. I want to eat them. They're making me very hungry. The watches are cool. Wow. There's so much stuff. There's so many things. So many things.
Icing cookies, as well as chocolate pralines, as well as just like this candy themed jewelry. So you had like candy themed rings, as well as like candy themed bag charms after the groovy charms and stuff for the characters in the game. You had Twisted Wonderland themed jewelry boxes, so if you got all of this, you had like a little jewelry box to put it in. Yay! And you had Twisted Wonderland themed watches, as well as pocket watches and an umbrella, because Twisted Wonderland umbrella, go Brewer. Moving on to category 4, we have clothing and apparel, where we had Twisted Wonderland themed socks featuring wide azul. We have Twisted Wonderland themed pajamas that were kind of shaped, I'm guessing, like in the image of the ceremony robes, which was pretty cool, I think. We have Twisted Wonderland themed berets, because again, fashion and berets are cool, so yes, berets go Brewer.
Alright, can we talk about wide azul for a second? The fact that they don't have like the hair on the back, I feel like is a crime. It feels like a crime that the hair just cuts off on the seam. But good lord. We have wide Riddle, Leona, Azul, Kalim, Validia, and Malleus. This is wild. This is wild. And I just know that if I had these, I would hate them because it's the screen print. It's like that kind of screen print that has like the really weird texture. I would never be able to wear them, but wide azul is so funny. These pajamas look uber comfy. These look fantastic. I'd wear these. These look like they'd be very, very fun. The PJs look so cool. And then the berets are interesting. I would have never thought that that would be like in round 1, but I guess there was a moment for berets. Very interesting, very interesting. Oh no, your audio was cool. Your audio was good. Yeah, socks never last long. It's like another thing that you would have to like put in a display case. I don't know. But so interesting. Oh, these are all lovely.
So yes, berets go Brewer. Category 5, aka Twisted Wonderland themed technology, where we had power bank chargers, we had wireless chargers, and we had AirPods. Category 6, we had stationery.
Oh my, so many things. These are interesting. So these are like a power bank. This is like what you put your phone on, which these honestly have pretty cool patterns. I get these are just like the dorm patterns. But then these AirPods are so sucky, I feel like, compared to the ones that they recently released. Because it's just like the house slapped on the case. Oh, yeah, because it's just the case for the AirPods, now that I'm reading this properly. Because didn't they recently release like a collaboration that the actual headphones have like the numbers for the birthday or for the club or whatever? They have like club headphones or something. But it's nice. It's nice to see where we came from. Humble beginnings for that sort of stuff.
We had AirPods. Category 6, we had stationery, where we had Twisted Wonderland themed pen charms to put on your pen. I guess like if you were writing like any documents or something, or maybe if you were working in an office like and you wanted to basically bling out your pen, you could do so. We also had Twisted Wonderland themed document boxes, so rather than like carrying around a briefcase, like you could basically just carry around this document box with like the Night Raven College sticker on it. Well, not sticker, I think it's an emblem. I think it's like an engraved emblem. But anyways, moving swiftly on.
That is wild. I would totally rep the the document box. Oh my gosh, that's so fun. I didn't realize you could put like little charms on your pens. That's very interesting too. But yeah, I love this little document briefcase holder. I can just imagine Crowley walking down the hallway holding one of these. And I love that for him.
Moving swiftly on, we have category 7, fragrances and terrariums. So we had Twister Wonderland themed flower diffusers, we had Twister Wonderland themed room fragrance scent things, and we also had these little terrariums that you could buy, like basically themed on each dorm. Like, if I remember correctly, these ones were limited edition. You could only get them from a pop-up store. But yeah, I just thought they were cool, so I just figured I'd throw them on a PowerPoint. So, huzzah!
No, they're limited pop-up store. That means they don't exist anymore. Oh, I want one of these terrarium things so bad. Oh, this Octavanel one is so pretty. Even the Pomfiori one is pretty. They're all pretty. Oh no! Well, now I want to know what all the dorms smell like. What are the fragrance flavors? What do they smell like? Oh man. Oh man, I want all the things now. I want to know what they else. Yeah, the dorms. What do the dorms smell like? I have a feeling Heartslibble is probably boring, like roses. It's probably just like rose scented stuff. But man,
Category 9, Homeware and Storage. So we had a Twister Wonderland themed mirror in the image of each of the dorms. We had Twister Wonderland themed storage containers, and we had Twister Wonderland themed clocks.
that clock is gorgeous. This clock is gorgeous. I want the clock. No, my finances are not going to recover. This is beautiful. I love this. Oh, it's so fun.
Containers, and we had Twister Wonderland themed clocks. And with that being said, we had Category 10, the final category, aka Misc. So we had Twister Wonderland themed bears, again in likeness of each of the Twister Wonderland characters, and we had Twister Wonderland themed candy. Now there was quite a bit of Twister Wonderland themed candy, but I decided to just go with this one because it's High Chews and High Chews go Burr. And with that being said, thanks for listening.
Aw, thank you. These bears, I see them everywhere all the time, and I'm like, man, they look so funny. Like, you could tell that this one's Ortho, this one's Edia, this one's Azul, obviously, Jade and Floyd. But, like, who's who here? Who's left scratches, right scratches, and chest scratches? Who's who here? What do you mean? Like, this one's Ace, this one's Deuce, yeah, I think, Shrike-Hater, maybe? And then Riddle, I guess? Because he's fancy on the bottom? Who's left, right, and center scratches? You have Vil with the crown, Apple with the apple, and then Rook with stuff going on here, right? Diasomnia, this one looks like it's silver. This one's got like a little thingy, so this is probably Lilia. There's like pink here. I feel like this might be Sebek because it looks like there's a lightning bolt on the top, so that would make this one Malleus. But who is left, right, and center scratches? I don't know why the Savannah Claw ones are bringing me this much joy. But, yeah, it's probably based off the countdown art. It's probably based off, but I don't remember who's who in the countdown art. I think Ruggy is center scratches, right? Is that Ruggy? I don't remember. This is just so funny. Because, like, the other ones have, like, discerning, and then there's, like, ear shapes. So I guess this one's Jack because they're pointy. but, like, I don't know. It just seems so silly. Oh, scratch gang. Oh goodness. Oh goodness gracious. Yeah, there's fancy purses and like shoes and stuff too. But I think this is just from the first year. So yeah, I guess center scratches is Leona, not Ruggy, and then left scratches is Ruggy. Also, twist-themed high shoes, fantastic. I love anything that's like food packaging design. I just think it's so fun. But man, oh, goodness,
Andy.
goodness.
Now, there was quite a bit of Twister Wonderland theme.
Right, so we went through that.
Name.
Leona's bear also. Oh, wait, the bear has the scar by his eye? Oh, so I was right. My initial thing saying that this one was Ruggy was right, because then this one over here is Leona. Okay, so it's Leona, Jack, Ruggy. Oh, okay. Okay. I thought these ears were Leona, but these ears are Leona. I see. Oh boy. Oh, that was that was delightful. Trying to figure them out. And seeing all of the merch, delightful. Also, like, this is still wild to me that this happened at this time. The fact that they only did them via gacha is wild. But yeah, like there's so many cool things. So much cool twist merch. All over the place. I want to know what the shampoos were scented like. I want to know what the scented stuff was like. I want a watch now. I want a candy charm now. I want pajamas now. So many things that I now want. A document box for no reason because I'd never use it for anything. I want one of these little terrariums that I'll never be able to find or get. Goodness, goodness. Oh, exciting. Hopefully you get your pocket watch. Hopefully. But yeah, oh goodness, goodness. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for your video. This is delightful. Oh yeah, the Tamagotchis. I want one of them too. I don't know who though. I feel like my base instinct is always like Octavanel, but do I want a Pocket Azul? I don't know. I feel like it's really funny to have a Pocket Malleus. Alrighty, we have one more presentation. We have presentation number 6. Last but certainly not least, we have Kai 3212. Alrighty, are y'all ready? Are y'all ready for the lovely Mickey presentation? At least I assume, given that Mickey is right here. Let's see.
Welcome everybody, my name is Kai3212, and you see this mascot? This is the face of Disney, as he is by far the biggest flagship of them all. But did you know he was added into Twisted Wonderland? Well, obviously you've seen the logo, and you would only imagine nothing but Disney villains. Well, you may be right and wrong, because being a Disney game, they would somehow add the rodent himself to this game, as well as we will go over why he was added for story purposes, and theories about it, and how it could change Twisted Wonderland forever as a whole. So with that out of the way, let's see how Mickey Mouse himself was seen in this mobile game. Also, see if you can spot any hidden Mickeys throughout, and tell me how many you found, just for show. So for starters, why was he added into the game? Well, my thoughts would say that Mickey would actually be appearing like us, given the fact that the room in Ramshackle does actually appear like in the 1936 cartoon through the mirror. If we were to ignore that, his appearance is based off of that, but to my surprise, it would be the epic Mickey look, as both of them are similar in both 2D and 3D. With appearances itself, I think Disney and Aniplex made a deal with themselves, saying that if they want a Disney mobile game for Aniplex, they gotta leave one thing Disney related to be added, and they shocked us when it happened. In Book 5, he did name drop both his pals Goofy and Donald, but who else would they appear? Maybe Minnie, Daisy, Pluto, Pete, that one rodent who is Mickey's rival. The list goes on! Speaking of which, as early as Book 3, he was seen for a bit with nothing but an ominous voice, and later at the end of Book 4, we hear it again, and this time with a silhouette of him. This makes me go crazy, all because, as a Disney fan, I am a Mickey Mouse fanboy. Later in Book 5, it would mark his appearance, and earlier he did say he would like to enter Twisted Wonderland, but that would ruin the surprise that would come into play when it happens. He never knew who anyone else in Sage's Island was, and the only interaction we got was with Grimm in Book 7. He told us to never give up after all their darkest hour throughout the story. He shows us how we can be like him, and in most of the SR/SSR cards, he is almost everywhere because of the hidden Mickeys, which makes you wonder a bit about him. But that's another story for another time.
Ooh, before you continue, I just realized, isn't Minnie over here, or is this Mickey and Pluto? Is this Mickey and Pluto in this portrait? Because I thought that this was Minnie, but this might just be Mickey. Or it could be Minnie and Pluto together. So we technically kind of almost have like a little bit of a nod to some of the other characters. It's very subtle though in here. I kind of wonder if there's a hidden Mickey in this room, even though we have big Mickey right here. But I don't know. It might be Pluto sitting down, but is it Minnie and Pluto or Mickey and Pluto? Because there's like almost a skirt kind of going on here. But I don't know. Could be cute. But anyway, we can continue.
But that's another story for another time. For events, Portfest is a good example, as most of his many stories being part of Twisted Wonderland's lore. While the event story is kinda a recreation of Steamboat Willie, it is similar, and at the end, we see Jack and his friends peeling some potatoes, which is a whole nod to the classic first ever Mickey short he was in. Beanfest also takes the spotlight, given the fact that In Mickey and the Beanstalk is basically a retelling of Jack and the Beanstalk. Crowley mentions some parts of the story about him, but never mentions his name at all. Events like these, where they mention Mickey, is very rare to have in this game, but that's interesting enough. Now, my other theory about Mickey Mouse is that, what if Mickey Mouse was actually somehow related to Ambrose the 63rd, who was the head mage of RSA? To my knowledge, he only made one appearance in Book 5, towards the end of it. And to my surprise, I would think if Mickey somehow had a connection between them, then maybe, because that would be the turning point to how we see him in the mirror. Lastly, there is no way Mickey Mouse would actually be the villain overall, and would somewhat say that he can actually be a fake blot. Would he? That's for you to decide if Mickey is one of the Phantom Blots, or Block Phantoms. Sorry, I got those names mixed up. Naturally...
Oh, so like if Mickey was like, if this dream space was also kind of made by Malleus? In a way, or that he would be like influencing those block creatures in some way. That's an interesting theory. And that would be kind of interesting. Oh, no. I pulled everything that was on the Google Drive and I only had 6. Is there supposed to be another one? Is there supposed to be another one? If you are in chat, let me know. If you're supposed to be in here. Oh, you never, oh, I see. I got you. Oh, okay. Oh, it's a shame. We'll have to get it in for the next symposium. For sure. But okay, yeah, that is an interesting theory about Mickey and the blot. Also interesting for Ambrose. I never would have connected the two of them. But it would be kind of wild if that was somewhat of the case, because Mickey is much more of a heroic character, so to speak. And since Ambrose is kind of leading the Heroes College, it would be kind of interesting. Although I feel like he's much more tied to Merlin, given the outfit. The other thing I didn't realize is that there was a short about the Beanstalk with Mickey in it as well. Like, Portfest I knew, but the Beanstalk is also very new. These are all very interesting points.
Or Block Phantoms. Sorry, I got those names mixed up. Naturally, I could go on about Mickey Mouse disappearing a lot, but ever since Book 7, before Overblot Malleus appears, Ortho actually is the only person that should know more about Mickey Mouse. But Silver did see Mickey in his own dreams even before Book 7. Most likely in Book 6, where Mickey mentions a silver-haired boy. And that's literally Silver. So it's safe to say that if the two met Mickey before the main character, then my theory would say that he would have asked them about entering Twisted Wonderland, and would change the impact of Book 7 as a whole. Call me biased or anything like that, but it would be cool to see Mickey differently, even if he's an SSR like the others I truly want. Now, even though Operation Mouse Chat was short-lived back in Book 7, he at least talked in detail about the plot of Through the Mirror, and he would still think this is all entirely a dream, that we are in it. So tell me this overall, what would happen if Mickey actually did get teased in the prologue of Twisted Wonderland, and would also be mentioned from Book 1 until Book 7 as normal? Well, that's a theory you should all say about, considering the fact that I covered a bit in detail. And we now have come to the end. As mentioned before, if there are any questions about Mickey Mouse in general in the world of Twisted Wonderland, you are more than welcome to ask me if you want on Discord. My links will be in, well, up here if you want. But either way, with all that out of the way for reals this time, thank you for listening to my presentation. I'll see you real soon! I'm sorry, for real, I'll see you real soon. I'm sorry. I like doing the Mickey Mouse impression.
Yeah, your Mickey Mouse impression was great. That was wild. You sounded just like him. Don't apologize. That was cool. I didn't know that there was so much. I completely forgot that Mickey was even mentioned by Sylv before. But that is a good reminder. Yeah, so then I wonder just how connected Mickey is to this universe. And just what the implications then are for the universe itself as well. If Mickey is able to like connect with more than just one person. But I think it's because he gets mentioned so rarely. And like you said, he's only kind of hinted at until like book 3, book 4. So like he's there, but he's only ever there in like such short snippets. And like the Sylv thing is like a little tiny like nod, right? Because Mickey mentions him a little bit, but I never connected those dots. I was like, oh, I met somebody else in his dream. Okay. But it makes so much more sense now that we know what Sylv's special magic is and how that all works and stuff. So I'm very curious about the implications of how the worlds are connected and what that means, not only for like Mickey at Twisted Wonderland, but what does that mean for you? Like the MC. But yeah, no, your impression was on point. And it was so fascinating. Thank you so much for all your Mickeying. All the Mickey points. All the fun little nods and things. The beans, the little nod with Sylv. Yeah, Ortho talks about him quite a bit as well. Yeah, it is kind of a shame we only get to meet him for like a little bit in his dream. But yeah, and then he also talks about having dreams about the stuff. The plots of the other movies, which is also kind of wild. So who knows? Who knows? But favorite Mickey films? I don't know that I've watched enough of like Mickey Mouse materials to really know from my own, but I don't know. Three Musketeers and Mortimer. Nice, nice, nice. I feel like Mickey might appear in our world, right? That was one of the theories we talked about here. He might be able to come through the mirror at some point. That feels like a thing that could happen. Which would be kind of wild. Like if Mickey comes through the mirror and everyone's like, oh, hi, talking mouse man. It would definitely create like a gateway to another world, probably. And then who knows what that could imply, because then you could have twisted crossovers with all sorts of other universes. We could have Twisted Wonderland and Kingdom Hearts, I guess. Maybe. But, yeah, very lovely presentation. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you for Mickey. Yeah, we'll have to see what book 8 has. And what all that ends up becoming. But with that is the end of our presentations. Thank you all for attending the symposium. This was a lovely, lovely little night. Thank you all so much for submitting and for being here to be able to see all the things and do all the things. I'm totally chill to chat and stuff if we want to chat for a little bit and hang out or maybe do other things. But this was such a fun time. This was such a fun time. Yeah, ask a question about Discord. Sure, go ahead. Shoot. But yeah, I'm hoping that we could do this again sometime. I think I definitely need to adjust some of the rules. You know, like surrounding timing or surrounding like deadlines. I'll give you guys a lot more time next time. Oh, the link didn't work. Oh no. That's a problem. Hold on. It's Big Me now. I might have not set up the link to last forever, which is probably a thing that I should have done. So let me get you a link right now, so that you can join. I'll put it in the chat. If I can remember how to create the link, invite people. Perfect. Only send. Oh, not here. That's not what it. What? I just want a link to the server. Invite. What? 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 Guys, I'm technically challenged. How do I do this? How do I get this? All right. So, invite. I assume this is how this works. Copy link. All right. Let's see. Will this work properly? You guys let me know. Let me know if this link works. Let me know if that does or doesn't work. Oh, you know what I did? Oh, I set it. I think I set the original link to a certain number of uses because I thought that was like uses per day, but that was probably uses forever. Oops. All right, well, I'll get that fixed. I'll get that fixed in all the descriptions and stuff later. But yeah, if you want to join the Discord, we have all sorts of fun little channels. We talk about all sorts of stuff, not just Twist, but just make sure that if you join that you fill out an introduction because I don't have it set to auto roll give. So if you want to access most of the fun channels, you do have to post an introduction so I can add you as a member. But outside of that, have at it. Go ahead. Have fun. But yeah, oh, and Genshin related. Interesting. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to up the time limit. I think I picked like a very awkward amount of time for this particular one. I had a fear that if we had like 10-minute presentations, it would take forever, but I think 10 minutes is probably a much more reasonable amount of time. So, but yeah. We can, I'll definitely think about it. If you have feedback too, you could always put that in the Discord as well. I don't know if I don't think I have the community events channel set up so that people can also post there. I think it's just emojis, but you can always drop things in suggestions or in one of the other channels. You could always tag me and I'll read whatever it is that you have tagged me for. That's totally fine. But yeah, this was so fun. I hope you all enjoyed it. I would love to do another one of these things for sure. But yeah, I loved all the presentations. I feel like we learned so much tonight too. Learned so much. So many things. That it was so varied too. I love all y'all's creativity. Y'all had so many good ideas and so much going, like so many different things. It was wild. It was very beautiful, very beautiful. But yeah, oh my goodness. Alrighty. Yeah, I had RNG pick the slots. I had RNG pick the time slots. But, you know, that's how it goes sometimes. But yeah, the variety of topics was great, and everyone handled their stuff very well. Which was fantastic, too. I don't know, it was just great. It was just great. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you so much for submitting. Thank you all for so much for being here. Honestly, this whole YouTube ride has been wild. I am just so grateful for each and every one of you. It's a very good time. It's a very good time. And I feel like our community is just so nice. So nice. No, it won't be during July. No. If we do another symposium, it would be towards the fall. My summer's pretty packed as well. But I mean, if you wanted to prep things now, I can't stop you. Because we'll definitely do another one of these presentation nights, for sure, for sure. The rules will basically be more or less the same. The time limits will be increased, of course. A little bit. Maybe we should do like an 8 to 15 minute. I feel like 15 might be a little bit too long. Maybe like, 5 to 10 instead. Yeah, with Twist Theory Night, something like that. Fall. Maybe just proven by fall. Well, unfortunately, I won't have much time until like August or September, which is basically just fall, to be able to get another one of these together. Because I'll be traveling during the summer. But, you can still share your theory. Hopefully by then it's not disproven. But, you know. Take notes and then not forget the ideas. Yeah. I have like a little notepad document just chilling on my computer that I just fill with ideas from time to time. Or whatever needs to be done. But yeah. It just was what happens. It just is dependent upon time, unfortunately for me. But yeah. No, this was great. This was so fun. I'm so happy. I'm so happy it went so well. I'm so happy that y'all liked it. I'm so happy to hear all of your thoughts too. Y'all had some great jokes and things. Y'all had some really good information. But yeah, y'all can present while I cry about not receiving fellow. Oh no, I'm gonna get him. He's totally gonna show up. He'll come home. It's fine. That's totally gonna happen. Let me put some lessons on while we chat. That way there's a little bit more of something happening in the background that might be more entertaining than just me. Just me talking here. Oh gosh, and I have to figure out my phone. Oh dear. That, and then this, and then hit the other button. I'm gonna turn off the game music for a minute because it might be jarring if I do this, and then it does the thing. We're not gonna be nice today, are we? We're not gonna be nice and load the audio properly, are we? Okay, I see how it goes. Whoa, I didn't know I could do that. Come on. There we go. There's the audio. There it is. There it is. There we go. Oh, goodness. I'll do a couple lessons so we can continue to chat. Oh, no, I forgot the voices. But yeah. Oh, you're thinking of starting a Twist gaming channel. Nice. I guess my tips would be just go out there and do it. You'll learn a lot along the way. Honestly, I don't really know what I'm doing half the time, so I'm probably not the best person for tips. But I can give you like editing software tips and stuff like that. And like how to record and things. That's not the button to turn off the voices. I am so used to going to the archive nowadays. Good lord. Alright, there we go. Now we can talk better. Yeah, the eels being fantastic are like... the eels being like big and eely is just a fantastic time. It's a fantastic time. Yeah, another, like a Mickey banner would be fun. I really just want another Grimm banner, to be honest. Can we get, I know Platinum Jacket was meant to be limited time, but can we please get another Platinum Jacket? Twist Gojo English server version? Oh no, 70-year anniversary. My. Oh, and no worries. Have a good night, Sandwich. Have a good night. And also, Shiloh, have a good night. Have a good night. But yeah, Mugroom and good night. Choo. Do I have any headcanons? Oh man, this was... someone else had asked me at some point about headcanons. The only one that I can think of off the top of my head is that, like, I have a feeling that Lucius was really good and sensitive to, like, lady pain since he lived in a house of, like, all ladies in train. So I feel like if you was a girl and that, you know, was that time, Lucius would be, like, you know, a nice lap warmer. A nice heating pad. He would act as like a hot water bottle whenever they were in trains class. That's a headcanon I have. Outside of that, I can't think of things. I know I have them. The Lucius one has been one that I've been thinking about more recently, though. For reasons. But I don't know. I don't know. My brain is just fried at this point. But hello, welcome in. We are just doing some lessons and chatting. We just finished our little community symposium where we just finished our little presentation night, so we're just kind of chit-chatting for a little bit. But welcome. How are you doing? How you doing? And talking about headcanons, we're talking about Twisted Wonderland headcanons as well. Feel like you'd want Grimm's tuna afterwards? Maybe. Maybe. Ooh, a headcanon where Rook plays baseball. Him specifically? Yeah. Yeah, it seemed like you started to favor him the longer the presentation went on. But I feel like that was a good thing. I feel like Rook would be just very naturally good at baseball. I don't know exactly why I feel that way. Probably because of the points that you brought up in your presentation. But, Lucius would swipe the feminine hygiene products for us. Probably. I mean, he definitely knows what it's all about, because he had, like, what, 3 girls in the house? And then train? There's no way he's not, you know, familiar with the mechanics. But, so recording tips. So, I would use, if you're just doing, like, gameplay, I would use your baked-in screen recorder of your phone. I don't know what kind of phone that you have. The Samsung phones that I have had like a baked-in screen recorder, and that has been very useful for collecting footage. In terms of, I can tell you what like I do. I use OBS to record and to stream, obviously. So any of my audio will come through OBS. Your microphone's gonna be up to you, and you know what you can afford and what you can do. There's some pretty good budget mics out there if that is stuff that you're interested in. If you don't already have one. I have a Fifine microphone. I think it's the AM80 or something, AM48. It's I've seen it around in a couple different YouTubers videos that they have a similar microphone. It's a pretty decent budget mic. Figuring out your audio will be important, but screen recorders great for your general gameplay. I don't know if you're planning on streaming or not. But if you want a free not recording, editing software, I cannot plug DaVinci Resolve enough. It is completely free. It has a whole bunch of stuff in it. There are so many things. It has helped me with my own audio settings and stuff as well, because there are preset like equalizers and stuff that you can look at that I have then mimicked in OBS. It is fantastic. It is my favorite. So like I, for work, use all the Adobe programs, right? Adobe Premiere, Adobe After Effects, InDesign, Illustrator, yada, yada, yada. But DaVinci has just been it is just so user-friendly. So user-friendly. So nice. And again, it's completely free. There is a paid version that you can get, but you can also just get it for free with like 90% of the stuff that you would need for like your basic YouTube videos. It's so good. It's so good. It's a lovely editing software. I could even show you the editing software if you want to. I could pull it up right now. I'm working on Monday's video. I could just show you. I could leak Monday's video if you want. Not that y'all don't know what it is anyway, because I've been talking about it for 2 weeks. Because it's just massive. But yeah. It's such a good, I could pull up an old project if you don't want next week's video leaked. I could just pull up an old project that I did. So, it's up to y'all. But I could show you, if anyone's actually interested in seeing what DaVinci Resolve looks like, I could show you. It's pretty neat, But, let me catch up on some of the other, I have not been reading some of the other chats. Oh, headcanon for Floyd's profile pic on social media is just a picture of Jade that's been flipped. He totally would. He totally would. That's so funny. Oh man, no, that would be Jade, maybe. Floyd's is a blurry picture of him with Riddle chasing him. Oh goodness. Oh my. Yeah, Mickey's very fun. I just don't know enough about Mickey. I'm not like a huge classic Disney person. Like, I love Chip and Dale. If I had to pick like classical Disney characters, Chip and Dale is where it's at. And then if not them, then Donald. And then if not Donald, then Pluto. Basically everyone but the mouse I kind of have an attachment to. I don't really have an attachment to Mickey. I also don't have an attachment to Minnie or Daisy either. And Goofy is a much more recent attachment after I watched the Goofy movie recently. Goofy's pretty solid. Goofy's pretty chill. But yeah, okay, we can dive in after after these lessons finish. We can dive into DaVinci, and I can kind of show you all what my weekly process is for that. I'm not. I feel like the way that I do it's probably not the way you're supposed to do it, but it works for me. So. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see, like, Mickey have more of a role in Twist, given the way that he's kind of functioned a bit. But, Jade used to bite people and blame Floyd for it? Absolutely. Oh, you know, both of them probably did that. That feels like such a sibling thing to do. It really does. I can't believe that Jade was also, like, just as a kid that he was so hard to deal with. Well, that's very interesting to me still. Very interesting to me still. Mickey only went semi-recently, not the cartoons and stuff. Disney Company has soured the mouse. Oh no, oh dear. I mean, I'm not as big a fan of Disney as I used to be. I don't think I ever really equated most of the media to like the actual stuff that happens in, what am I talking about? I've never really equated the movies to the actual brand, right? Because when I was a kid, I would just watch them and I was like, this is cool. But like, I didn't think, oh, The Lion King, my love, is Disney. I was like, oh, The Lion King, my love, The Lion King. Like, I never really equated the two things together. And I think because most of the media that I watched regarding Disney had nothing to do with Mickey specifically, it just never really gelled in my head between the two of them. Like, Mickey was always its separate entity than, like, all of the stuff that I enjoyed. Because I also never got into Kingdom Hearts either. My friends tried really hard, but, like, I didn't have a PlayStation or nothing. I couldn't play it. I could only play it when I was over their house, but they were so obsessed and so in the middle of it that they were like, no, they would just, like, go on and on and on and on and on about all this stuff. And, like, I would watch them play it, but it would be, like, in the middle of their playthrough, so I don't have any context for what's going on. I just know that, like, Hercules is here now. And the gummy ship exists. That's about all I really know about Kingdom Hearts. And there's salt ice cream, sea salt ice cream, that's a huge thing. And Axel exists. And there's an Organization 13. And, you know, Sora and Riku and the girl whose name I can't remember. You know, that's about all I know about Kingdom Hearts. But yeah, Lion King was my favorite. movie growing up as a kid. I would always pretend to be on Pride Rock in the kitchen because we had like a little island thing. Peninsula, something or other. There was a counter that kind of went over and then there was a table. And I would always go on the counter and pretend it was Pride Rock. So, man, oh man, Lion King was great. Lion King was my favorite. Still love it to this day. Still super mad about what they did in Mufasa. But, yeah, modern Disney just, it doesn't live up to the hype it once had. They've lost the plot. They've lost the plot. Alright. They hit you with a key, I think, in Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, oh, Kairi. That's right. That's her name. That's the girl's name. Yeah, Kairi. Kairi. Oh, yeah. Little Mermaid as a kid. Oh, man. There's a Lion King world. Oh, and Sora turns into a lion? Wow. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I want to do that now, but now, you see, I would just only live in that world. I would just spend forever there. My. Little Mermaid was fun, too. Little Mermaid was fun. I remember me and my friend would always fight over who got to be Jasmine when we would play pretend. I don't really remember Aladdin that much as a child, but we both were, like, obsessed with Jasmine, and we would just fight over who got to be her. I'm trying to think. Oh, and then the Atlantis. I forget the girl's name. We would also fight over being her. The Emperor's New Groove is so fun. Such a good time. Such a good time. My. That's all I need to know. Hercules, sea salt ice cream. Yeah. You will guide me? Okay. Sora turns into a merman in Atlantica. That's fun, too. Does Studio Ghibli count as being under the Disney banner? No. Studio Ghibli is its own entity, as far as I know. I think Disney might have helped license them in the US, but they're their own thing. I think. You have to play through at least half of Kingdom Hearts 2 before you get to the Lion King world. Oh no! Ghibli was bought by Disney? No! There's no way! There's no way! What? No. No, the headquarters is still in Japan. The headquarters is still in Japan. I don't think Hayao Miyazaki would have sold to Disney. Or whoever's in charge. I don't think so. No, there's no way. There's no way. Yeah, Disney has distribution rights, but they don't own it. There's no way they own that. There's no way. Yeah, they would have distribution rights for the US, but they don't own it. Yeah, no. There's nothing about Disney on the Wikipedia that I'm seeing. Yeah, distribution rights internationally was from people. Walt Disney in 1996 acquired worldwide distribution rights to the library for the dubbed films. And then agreed to contribute 10% of the funding for all future releases in exchange for right of first refusal for international distribution. Yeah. It took 4 years for them to come to this deal, but yeah, they're not owned by Disney. Disney just can distribute. Yeah. Yeah, no cuts applies to the applies to the movies, but not to promotional posters and other stuff. But yeah, okay. Disney formally held international sales rights until they were sold off to Goodfellas in 2003, but they still keep the French distribution rights to the library until 2020, which then it got transitioned to Wild Bunch, so who knows? Who knows anymore? Who knows anymore? But yeah, so they make money, but not the same money. Not the same. But anyway, yeah, they got a whole bunch of stuff. They were on a buying spree for like years. But yeah, they don't own that stuff anymore. Or they don't own that to begin with, but all right, let me put up a poll I assume y'all are okay with seeing how I do videos. Are you all actually interested in that now? Because I could always just do that on Discord later. If y'all want to see the editing, if anyone is interested then. But let me put up a poll. Do we want a sneak peek? Or do we want to just see an old one? An old video? What would you rather have for that? A sneaky peeky? A sneaky peeky? Alright, goodbye, night's blessings to you. Thank you for coming and hanging out. I mean, it'll be a short segment, I suppose. I mean, we could also just do it on Discord. If we want to do it that way. For a sneaky peeky. The curiosity is too strong. It seems that the curiosity is too strong for the sneaky peeky. Yeah, so then here's another one. Because I don't mind hopping in Discord. So would we like to do it here or in Discord? Because I don't mind either way, but I feel like if y'all want to ask questions, it might be easier in Discord. But it is, I will leave it up to you. Oh, we have a 50 feet. Oh my. We are so caught in between. Yeah, this one is much more contentious. It started off as much more contentious. Oh, goodbye. Enjoy bedtime. Thank you for coming and hanging out. I mean, we could all just hop in a voice chat after stream. I'm down for that too, if we want to chill there as well. But it seems like y'all want the sneaky peeky here and now. Seems like that way it was contentious for a little bit, but we're at 67% for here. So if anyone else would like to to vote, speak now or forever hold your peace. But yeah, I can hop on a call afterwards. We could even like do some games or something if we wanted to. Like I don't know what. We could do a Gartic phone, we could do an Among Us, we could do whatever. But yeah, you can also tell me all about Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. Alrighty, well, 69% of you want to see it here and now, so we'll do it here and now. Alright, it's gonna take me like a hot sec to pull up our sneaky peeky. And get DaVinci up and running, and hopefully not have my computer crash. But, to me, it's a much more user-friendly software. The only thing that will be a slight spoiler is the title of the video. But, alright, let me get rid of TWST. Goodbye, TWST. You were beloved by all. But you are done now. No more lessons. No more phone stuff happening here and now. What is happening? Oh, okay. Every once in a while, Instagram will send something to my primary inbox instead of my social inbox. And it makes me very confused. Oh shoot, I forgot it was gonna take it away from there. Well, anyway, let's get some background music up in here real quick. There we go. Let me get that tab back open. And then Alright, so this, let me mute the audio track and then you won't be able to hear what I'm saying. Wahaha. But essentially, this is DaVinci Resolve. Let me try to scoot this down. Boop. Stop. Okay. Well, anyway, you can see what I have. My programs at the bottom. There you go. This is DaVinci Resolve. It may look intimidating. It's really not. This is your main editing window. So as you can see here, I have all of my lovely little clips. We have our lovely Octavanel boys. You can move around your windows. You can make them big. You can make them tiny. But this is essentially your preview of your timeline. So you have an audio timeline and a visual timeline, which is very similar to how a lot of other editing programs are set up. So you can clip all of your stuff up here. You can put them all together. You can zoom and enhance. You can zoom out. The one thing that I really like about this program in particular that works for my brain better than Premiere Pro and like the Adobe programs is that the video timeline where you're stitching things together makes way more sense in my brain than it does in those other programs, because in those other programs you have to have separate layers for everything. So like you have to have a text layer, then you can have a video layer. But if you want a video clip, like this is like, I guess, an image. Anyway, Jade's a rogue. Y'all know that now. If you want an image and text on the same layer, you can do that here. So if there's ever a case where, you know, I need this text to just blend into this image, I can just do that. And it's not that hard. You have all of your effects here, so you just add a cross dissolve, and then boom, it'll just cross dissolve. And it doesn't need to be a separate layer. Very, very nice. My favorite feature by far. And then you basically kind of, the way that I do it anyway, is that I stitch things together through that process, but I always put it on a video track number 3. So that way, you know, you have other windows as well. I don't know if I'm explaining this very well at all, but anyway, you have all of your footage and stuff over here. You can turn this on and off. You can turn your effects on and off. There's an index. I don't know what that is. Sound library, if you have sounds. But essentially, I usually have these 2 windows open, and then you can take this, for instance, if I have this whole big clip that I recorded, you can either take the audio, the video, or if you drag it in here, you'll get both. So what I normally do is I just drag it into this video too, and then I can just, you know, cut what I need, and then I drag it into the timeline and add my transition. And that way I don't accidentally, oops, now everything's gone, you know? That's how I like to do things. But this is essentially the program. It's entirely free. You have all of this is free. All of these video transitions are free. All of this is free. All of it. You see how much this is? Audio transitions. Not as many options, but you know, you have all these different options for titles. You have generators. You can do like fancy text things that I haven't really played around with because I feel like they're a lot. But this is all, to my knowledge, just free if you wanted to use it. You have effects and stuff that are free. I don't actually, let's just see what night vision looks like on Azul. Wow, now he's in night vision. Neat, and it's free. Open FX, I've not really played with these. These are a little bit more, you know, if you're doing like really fancy stuff. There's filters, there's audio effects. So for when I do my audio, you even have a separate window for audio where you can just see the audio. I usually will drag in a de-esser because that'll get rid of those harsh S sounds, right? So you just drag and drop into your audio and then you can play around with the settings. Command Z to get that off of the background music. And then you have all of your options for your audio in here. So like the equalizer, I use a preset, works well for me. If you need to do anything fancier with your dynamics, you can. If you wanted to add, you know, different effects, you can do that. If you have, you can do so much, so much stuff. If you need to do color grading, right? If you had IRL footage, you can come in here and you can, you know, change the output. I did this one time when Riddle was getting very angry. I just made it really red. You know, you can do all sorts of fancy stuff. If you have IRL, can you please reset? Thank you. If you have IRL footage, this is really helpful. There's certain things that you kind of have to do to get it to look pretty, and you could do all of that in here, and it's free. If you want to, you can clip things in this. You can clip your timeline. I don't ever use this screen. And then this is just basically your media. So you can drag and drop stuff from your, you know, desktop or wherever you have it stored. You can put it in here, and then it will be available in your media window in the editing timeline. So if you take a minute to learn it, it becomes really easy. You can lock your stuff, you can mute it, unmute it. You have all your little, levers here, so if you want the music loud or not. Whenever I'm editing, I usually put my voice up a whole bunch because I have YouTube in the background, which is probably not good for my brain, but and then the other thing that I love is all these little markers. So I like to segment out things by dorm. So I use different colors to delineate where the new dorm stuff is happening. So all of these are Deisomnia people. All of the little white tickers are things I still need to do. They're footage that I don't have recorded that I'm going to go back and record once I have everything else in place. The little pink ones are stuff that is going to be specific to the topic of this video that need to be placed in those spots, mainly screenshots. But I just find this tool so easy to use. Like, it's just so intuitive to me compared to those other programs. So like OBS, so this is DaVinci right here. This is the logo down here at the bottom. It's probably really tiny. Let me try to make it real big. This is DaVinci. This is OBS. OBS, you can kind of see it the way it's there. OBS is a whole different program. There's so many tutorials about how to set up OBS. If we wanted to do stuff like that, I would rather do that in Discord because, the way it's currently recording. But this is what the icon looks like for DaVinci. OBS is used for live streams, and I also use it to record my audio for videos. But you can use any audio recording app. It doesn't have to be OBS. I just find OBS useful because I use it for other things. Like, I use it to, screen record. So, if I have a little gag in this video in Jade's section. Spoiler alert. Turn your eyes away now. Where is Jade? Here's Jade. If you don't want to see my funny little goof, my funny little gag. But I recorded that using OBS today. Our lovely Monty Python inclusion. So for little things like that, I use OBS. But if you have any other sort of screen recording software, you can do that. OBS isn't the only one, but I think OBS is free, so it's pretty darn simple to download and use. But yeah. So that's kind of just a very quick and dirty. This is the editing software that I use. And now you know that Jade will be a rogue, and that Monty Python is here. There you go. If you have any other questions, more detailed stuff, you can let me know. I'm always willing to answer things at any point in time. Always very willing to just kind of chill and hang out, answer questions, suggestions, whatever y'all want to do. But yeah, it's just a very useful tool. And it'll take a minute for you to get into it. So also, shoot, where there's some section that I have it. You can also do really fancy things in this really easily. I don't remember who it was that I had oh, it was Malleus. Okay, I know. And now I remember. Where is it? Where is it in your section? Nope, not that. Nope. Where? There. So this little line thing, you can do straight in the program. You don't need to do Premiere. You don't have to do After Effects. You can literally just do this straight in DaVinci, which is the other reason. This little magic wand does so many things. This is just a paint layer. This is just a paint layer with strokes. And you're able to do timing. Hello. Now you're gonna make me a liar. Now you're not gonna show it. All right. Well, anyway. Here. Let's say we wanted to underline something here like that. You just add a new paint tool. If you click on it properly, you can add a new paint tool. I changed the colors to fit my branding. You can make it whatever color you want. And then you just take this little line tool, make sure that your brush controls are set to the vector, and make the size smaller, because otherwise it'll be gigantic. And then you just click and drag, and now you have a line. and then you can write it on or off the screen. So I can put it at 0 here. I can move my little timeline guy over here, have it right on, go back here, watch, boom. It'll write it right there. And you can do that in the program. You don't have to do like that outside of the program and then import the footage. And there's like a ton of different tools that you could do that with. It's just so nice. It is so nice. I love it so much. Oh, my favorite Twist character for a plushie and fan. Oh my gosh, thank you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ignore your message. I got sidetracked with the explaining of things. You know what? You can surprise me with any of the Octave and L guys. Whichever one you feel like drawing, you can. I can't really choose between them very well. But any of Octave and L's a good time. But yeah, you just have to like fill out like a little. It is free, but they do want like your email address and your name and why you're downloading it. You don't have to give them your legal name. I don't think you can. Allegedly, you can give them a fake name and it's fine. But yeah, it's just such a nice tool. It's such a nice tool. Thank you. Shout out to Markiplier, and Distractable podcast that I am not affiliated with, but he talked about this and he talked about it because of the movie that he's working on. And I was like, let me investigate that because it's free. And it's so nice. It's just so nice. I love it so much. It's so good. So all of my videos are made in DaVinci. As you can see, I have a lot more to do on this video before Monday. I just got to Savannah Claw. Floyd's section I have blocked. I don't have any Floyd in Floyd's section. But it will get done. It will get done. And hopefully I'll get a couple other things done video-wise this week too. But yeah. It always ends up like this. There's always a Sunday night crunch, but that's how it goes. That's how it goes. Yeah, Mark recommendations are normally a very solid rec for sure. So when he was talking about this and he was talking about it being free and it had all this stuff for movies absolutely free in the free version, I was like, sounds like it would be a good video editing program for me to learn. And it's just so nice. It's just so nice. Oh, thank you. I don't push myself all that hard. My problem is that I need to get ahead of my content creation schedule, and I just haven't been able to do that. But I have a free day Monday, and I have 2 other scripts done and a 3rd almost done. So I'm hoping that I can at least get those other 2 videos done this weekend as well with my extra day. And then I will have time to prep the extra videos for when I take my trip in the summer. So, but yeah, that's the gist of DaVinci. Obviously, you have your different audio tracks as well. You know, you have your background check, and then you can change the individual tracks with your little busser here. You know, every time I drag in stuff from OBS, it gives me 6 different audio things, even though 5 of them don't have audio, but, you know. And you can just, like, you know, delete empty tracks, and it'll just get rid of them. Except I need my empty video tracks. But yeah, it's a neat little tool. Highly recommend. Very easy to use. There's also a bunch of tutorials out there for it, so, you know. If you need to learn how to do things. I learned how to do the paint thing from an online tutorial. Very simple. Very nice. Very cool. So, yes, it's Blackmagic Studios. Yep, you got it. Yeah, I think regardless of like whether or not you're doing gaming footage or you're doing IRL stuff, like this tool just has it all. Because again, you can do all your color grading and everything in here. You can do any of your like fancy little effects in here. I'm pretty sure you can do the thing where you like block out people, which I think you can do in all the other programs easily probably as well, where you like fade the background and have the person in focus, or you like have the person out of a green screen or whatever. All of it you can do in here, and it's completely free. You know? Free is the best price. Well, yeah. That's kind of a little dive into my process, into the behind the scenes of how these things end up getting made. But yeah, if you want me to also go over OBS with you, I can totally do that as well. Just not on stream because I'm currently streaming, so there's you know, things I can't hide that I would need to hide and stuff like that. But yeah, so there you go. There y'all have it. DaVinci Resolve. 10 out of 10. Fantastic program. Yeah. And there you go. There you go. Don't know what else to say at this point in time. Don't really know what else to do now. But there you have it. That's DaVinci. That's how I edit. That's how all the magic happens. Yeah. It's exciting. Well, if you all want to hop in Discord, I'll hop over there and hang out. You have a guide for YouTube OBS? Yeah. Like, OBS is such a popular program, you can totally find tutorials, like, in 2 seconds on how to do stuff. You just gotta be careful about some plugins. I have learned only work for Twitch and don't work for YouTube, so if you're doing that sort of stuff, pay attention, but yeah, otherwise... otherwise, yeah. And maybe perchance some gaming on YouTube. We're not gonna do gaming on YouTube specifically. I'm not gonna do gaming on stream, but I will hop in VC in Discord after stream, and we can chill and play games and do whatever we want to do in there. For sure, for sure. But I think there was one other question. Nope, never mind. Never mind. No other question. There was just another message. I think also for you about school and working out and stuff. Making videos. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take like a 5-minute break to do stuff. So once the stream officially ends, I'll be over there. But yeah, thank you all again for coming out and hanging out for the Community Symposium. This was a lovely little time. Very exciting stuff. Can't wait for the next one, honestly, at this point. But, yeah. Alright, so until we meet again next week at some point for the Arcane Combat maps, I'm probably going to reschedule Undertale for another time, and we'll do the last Arcane Combat map on Wednesday. And then some other fun stuff on Friday, probably. But until we meet again, if you are going to sleep, have good sleep. If you are having a day, have a good day. If you're hopping on Discord, I shall see you soon. And can't wait to see y'all again sometime. Alrighty, night's blessings. Bye-bye.